And howdy, folks. Welcome to Skullrunners, our original Starfinder 2E story that takes place in the dystopian cyberpunk world of Seethe. I am Joe Truff, your GM this evening, and many other evenings, and a little off-center. Let me just readjust myself here. We have shuffled our studio around just a little bit, and so the cameras are all maybe just a little bit off. Joining me are some of my friends. We have Olive. We have, oh God, it's going to mess me up. Dan is here, but he is not currently in his seat. We also have Brandon. We also have Liz. And then David is going to be joining us in just a little bit as well. So all of us here, though maybe not physically present in this moment. We're going to play some Starfinder, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. We have D&D tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Misfits are making their way through a dangerous, muddy terrain on the way to the Muddy Estate, a place where the first of the 12 gems might be found. And so to see that, you can join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have a website, alberonrpg.com, and a social media that uses alberonrpg as a handle on Instagram and Threads. You can see the different things on our table. Right now, we have a bunch of unpainted miniatures, a sticky note that says something, and then a dumpster, but depending on the day, there are encounter maps. There are all kinds of things that can pop up right there. To see it in greater detail at Alberon RPG. We also have hundreds of sessions up on YouTube. No exaggeration, getting close to 600 sessions. We began in 2019 playing weekly and then running 2 or 3 games weekly at various points. So a lot of content. The last session, this is our last Starfinder session before we take a little summer break, so we're going to have 2 weeks off. As a result, we're doing sort of a beach theme. There's some tropical drinks and attire and beach themed attire as well. So this is going to be the last Starfinder session before we take a little bit of a break for 2 weeks and then are going to be coming back. August 13th will be the next Starfinder session after this, followed by August 14th after our D&D game tomorrow. And then Sirenscape and Monument Music, we have principally to thank for the music and sounds that you hear. We also have our very own Matthew to thank for providing some of the music and sounds as well. A couple of other people have contributed now also. And then finally, it is time for this week's session of Skullrunners. And to Brandon or Liz for the recap.
Written by the talented Brandon. Last time on Skullrunners, the interrupted interview. The Skullrunners traveled to the Rust Gardens, a towering hydroponic farm community in Aquadine. There, they planned to meet Celia Cloudkill, the child of a high-ranking official in the seedy Valor Syndicate, Lucian Cloudkill's daughter, and they were hired to bring her back to Lucian, they hoped, peacefully. Theo had set up a fake job interview with Celia and made himself look like an unassuming recruiter. Ew. Meanwhile, the rest of the Skullrunners arranged themselves around the cafe where the meeting would take place, ready to tail Celia. Lalinka cooked lobster, what the heck, for a fellow Kasathan, and Nix put on a street show as Seethe's Nix top strutter. While waiting, Sagan and Monk discussed Sagan's former church, the Hylax Hall, that had been destroyed. Monk secretly planned to write about the church's cult-like aspects. When Celia showed up, she came in a van with 3 other people, her friends and protectors. The Skullrunners delicately came closer. Celia met with Theo and told him she wanted to stay in Aquadine and that she had disowned her father. At that moment, a gang of people burst into the scene and attempted to abduct Celia. As they surrounded her, Sagan magically suppressed their violent emotions, causing them to let go of Celia. And Monk at a table nearby, grabbed Celia and helped her flee out the back entrance he had secured earlier. Valinka emerged from the back, firing her railgun, killing gang members and wounding civilians. Nix commandeered the gang's car and swerved to run over reinforcements, and I accidentally hit another civilian in the process. And finally, Celia and Monk raced to Celia's car, her protectors killing even more of the gang as they loaded into the van. The rest of us Skullrunners took the time to heal the injured civilians before taking the gang's stolen car, and now they are in pursuit of Celia and Monk, hoping to catch them before more bounty hunters show up. Let's go to the Skullrunners.
The silvery van that you all sit in tears through the streets of the Rust Market, much more populated and busy at 6:30 p.m. as people shop and eat dinner and peruse the never-ending market of the neon depths in this aquedyne spire of sea. They part in front of you. You can hear just people kind of screaming and shoving each other out of the way as this truck that you are all in, laden with heavy tanks of water atop it, lumbers through the market district. Food carts overturn, neon signs just blur past, and through the rear windows you can actually see, suddenly through this, headlights. And then headlights as behind you, these motorcycles just peel in behind, rowed by these individuals wearing these long, flowing robes. You have seen these cultists of the Great Machine before, and they are in pursuit. You see in the distance a car that you had left behind on the scene with a few wounded cultists also in pursuit. This is a chase. And the way that this works, you can see you have your driver from this group kind of concentrating on the wheel. You all are trying to escape the cultist of the Great Machine. And you imagine the driver has a destination. It is up to all of you to help them reach this place. So, in this first round, as things tear by, you can see 6 figures total in mechanical coveralls on the back of industrial trucks or on motorcycles racing towards all of you. If you have windows open, you can hear one of the cultists just kind of point and shout something towards the rest of the group, and they begin to close in on all of you. With the cultists in hot pursuit ahead of you, you can see these packed pedestrians all crowding across this 4-way intersection, dozens of people crossing. As Ren, the driver, sets their brow, as they white-knuckle this wheel, they say, "If we stop, we die. Keep us running. Fen, brace the water. The rest of you, protect Celia." And they kind of look at all of you as they say that. What are you all doing to help yourself continue to move along this route?
No,
this group may be like 30 feet behind.
I'm in the car with Celia.
All of us are. In
Okay,
this
all of
van
us. Okay,
together.
cool.
You're packed. The van is the silver van that is on this table, and so you are all like sardines in the back, especially with Sagan and this huge android about Sagan's size. You are packed as close as can be. No seatbelts required.
Is there a roof?
There is a roof.
Latch?
A latch?
Yeah, like
There is no
go-
latch for the roof. The hands moving with each other is wild. Didn't catch that right away.
You should make one.
Okay.
So we're
How-
moved into the other van. We're no longer
So
two
all
vehicles.
of you are in the van. You're tearing away through the markets. You have a goal to get away from the cultists of the Great Machine. They follow you now on 2 motorcycles and an industrial truck, probably about 30 feet behind. You're moving through a crowded market, so people everywhere. You've hit kind of a food stall that is overturned in your wake. At this moment now, it's kind of up to you to figure out how you want to get away from this group. So, what are you all doing to help the escape?
I am going to look at the motorcycles, and when I see that, and the scenery rushing by, when I see that there's a motorcycle that's coming close to a place where the road gets a little narrower, I'm going to cast Figment and make it look like a fireball is coming at them.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
To try to get them to dodge into the wall.
So, for me, if you wouldn't mind, can you just make a Arcana check?
Or religion, since I'm a religious caster.
Yeah, we'll call it religion. You're a religious caster.
That's pretty good. 15 plus something. There we go. That is a 29.
With a 29, Sagan, as this happens, you can see the headlights appear and just coalesce out of the alleyways. You create this figment, swirling magic around, and as you concentrate on your belief, there is this burst of fire that just in this place, and you can see one of these motorcycles just veers off, and they're going to make a reflex saving throw. there is this as they hit this cart. You can see it kind of backed up to start picking up another truck. This is one of those tow trucks with the. You always think to yourself like, I want to jump off this.
Mm-hmm.
The motorcycle, as they veer off, misses the alleyway and hits this truck and just goes straight up. And you watch as they go maybe 20 feet for just a brief moment, kind of catching up and like parallel with you, but panic on the guy's eyes as like hood, and then they just slam into a bunch of trash, and you lose one of these motorcycles, kind of peeling away further. All of these individuals you can see normally would be rattled by something like this, but these cultists, their devotion drives them onwards. Is there anything else that you are all doing?
How close are they to us?
Probably about 30 feet away.
Okay, I'm going to cast a spell called Doom Scroll.
Okay.
Basically, you're you magically broadcast grim news onto nearby devices, hollow projections, screens, and other devices. Creature in the areas who can see or have one more display must attempt a will saving throw.
Okay.
And what I'm going to imagine for like flavor of this is I'm going to like do, you know how like in Google it says like police ahead or incoming construction ahead.
Ways,
yeah, like Waze does it too. I'm going to have it say incoming parade route ahead, incoming baby ducks ahead, incoming.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
20 will save.
And they're actually going to make that with the exact way that you announced it.
Yeah.
They're going to make this at a -8 conditional modifier.
Nice.
That is going to be a total of 4. So this suddenly, and for all of you watching behind, the entire windshield of this industrial truck suddenly just flares with this warning. This is the reason that smart displays probably shouldn't be on cars. All of a sudden, you can just hear shouted from the window that is open behind you, "I can't see!" As they just swerve. You can hear the screech of tires, and this whole truck just twists. And that is going to be 4 dexterity saving throw, or reflex saving throws. And you watch as 4 cultists just eat shit.
Oh my god.
They're not killed, but you watch as not a single person wearing. They're essentially on what is like a small, like VW bug-sized pickup truck, and they're all just thrown clear as this slams into some element of like dumpster or curb that they couldn't see from this figment that had kind of appeared in front of them. Or what is it called? The Doom Scroll.
Yeah, the Doom Scroll.
They slam into this. The one person who just twists their whole body almost parallel to the concrete on the lone remaining motorcycle, you have one person still pursuing.
I want to shoot its tires.
Make an attack. They continue to chase you, weaving through obstacles. What was your attack roll?
19.
As you make this
That's a hard
attack, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh!
This is a motorcycle that you're taking a shot at. It's not super hard to hit, and it's not super well armored.
That will be 11 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
Piercing.
Piercing damage. So that does the full amount of damage that you would
Nice.
expect. You kind of lean out. There is this artificial fireball. There is suddenly this warning that appears, and then through that, there is the crack of a railgun as this just fires through. It hits this individual's motorcycle and just pierces clear through. It doesn't hit anything major. It goes right through the armor, right through the back, and this motorcycle continues to just tear on. But 11 points of damage to the motorcycle. It is looking a little bit rough.
I imagine Valika's like sticking her whole body out the window to do
Yeah,
this.
she's like leaning.
Get your butt out of my face!
It's still
Let me
functioning?
Still
hate.
functioning.
Skip shot.
All right.
Pistol to it.
Good attack roll.
Oof. Nope.
You fire the skip shot pistol, and it is a perfect shot. And as it traces forward, it just winks out and then reappears on the other side of this motorcycle. You can see the whole face and like helmet just tucks in. They're ready to die for this moment, and it just disappears and just
That's all right.
reappears a second too late. For all of you, though, you try to get away. You see the truck just destroyed and peel off. Next.
Nix, did you do something?
No, I didn't.
Is there anything that you want to do? And in this explosion of false fire, in the Doom Scroll alert, and in the shot from Valinka and from Theo, there is still one motorcycle left following.
Okay, so I had thrown my flame throwing axe at the enemy last time, and then grabbed it when we ran. So I would like to light it again and throw it
In what? So throw
at
it.
the
the
final.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Was it to 20?
This is at the guy, not the motorcycle, right?
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
that's
D20.
the
It's a
right one.
D20 too.
You're using the same die.
Okay, so would it be plus 11?
I guess so.
Okay, so 23.
A 23 is a hit.
Hell
This is a
yeah!
tough shot. You are not proficient really with this, but you fling this stick over end, and I believe because this is not necessarily a weapon, it is dealing just 1 point of damage. But every little bit counts. You swirl this over, and you can see they just bring an arm up and almost just parry it over. It end over end, just right in the chin. They are still just moving this motorcycle along.
I like to think pacifiers are like, oh
They're
wow.
terrifying. You can see this contemplative kind of shift out of the way, but they are slow moving. And actually, Ren in this moment just says shit and twists the wheel to the right. And they slam into this contemplative. The brain just ruptures away from the tiny body.
God.
It's just as it just goes over this van. They concentrate, and the van suddenly pulls like almost a 90-degree turn into a brief tunnel. The sound just changes around you as you go into this enclosed space, and you can see light in the distance. Ren puts their foot down on the gas, and you can feel the craft groaning forwards. Some of you thrown backwards into your seat, but like you have to like 2 of your arms grip on the windowsill to not fall out. There is colored smoke billowing out the back of this cultist exhaust, and it flares brighter as flames shoot out of the craft, and it races forwards. This motorcycle closes on you and is no more than 5 feet away.
Shoot it.
Is there anything that all of you are doing as they close?
Yeah, shooting
Yeah.
again.
I have an opportunity to shoot it again.
So she's like hanging out the window, 2 arms holding. This time she's going to have. I need to name it. What is this name gonna be? I keep wanting to call it Cinema Q, but can't call it that. It'll get a name eventually. Okay, Cinnabon. Cinnabon goes in here. So I'm gonna aim.
Okay.
Not that it has cover. Oh my god, 30 to hit.
30 is a hit. Are you shooting for the motorcycle or the rider?
Motorcycle. Yeah, I don't care for the rider. I imagine it probably might not survive if I pop the tire out. Oh, bummer. 4 points of piercing damage.
4 points of piercing damage. This streaks in, and you can see there is a brief spark and flame as it hits the oil. There is a small leak. Oil streaking behind. This motorcycle will not stay functional for long, but it's still on. It is still moving. They still continue to close on all of you. And as Valinka shoots, they also are returning fire. You can also take a shot, all kind of happening at the same time. And I have all of you actually make reflex saving throws to simplify this process. Ooh, our group did great, except for the Android. Okay.
The reflex is a 19.
19, that is a success.
Is that a D12 I'm looking at?
No, this is a
Oh.
D20. I have a D12
15.
now.
15, that is a failure.
That's a 29.
That is a success.
8 plus 12 is a dirty 20.
That is a success.
19.
19 is a success as well. And so really, Nyx, it is just you as you wing this thing end over end to take the bolt of this rivet gun fire. They unleash a ton of fire. You only take 6 points of damage, but the 2 water tanks on either side of this truck begin to leak badly as the water begins to just flow out. You can hear the Ahsoki just say, I'm on it! And he rushes over and begins to work on these tanks. But they close with all of this fire. Theo, you're taking a shot?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a 27 on the
27, absolutely. It's either the motorcycle or the person.
max.
Max damage.
Yeah.
How much?
8 on the die.
8 points of damage. Are you shooting at the motorcycle or the rider?
Motorcycle.
Motorcycle. You fire at this motorcycle. You bias the shot a little bit closer as you are like tearing through these streets. It's a very challenging shot. But as the contemplative is just splattered by this van, you can see the motorcycle driver has to kind of shield their eyes from the spray, and you take this opportunity to plant a shot directly into the front wheel. The entire wheel explodes. The motorcycle just straight up, almost like 13 feet into the air, as you all just clear this tunnel out into open space, narrowly missing a collision as the light turns green. A pallet truck has to slam on the brakes to avoid plowing into all of you, but you just clear this space, and with that motorcycle destroyed, Ren easily is allowed to kind of turn over and into this next turn. You all sink back into the seat, but you can feel music, and in fact, I'm going to pull you out of this chase because, Monk, maybe you had sort of anticipated this by being so tuned into the infosphere. As you take the next turn, you see that there are lights spilling around, and you can feel music kind of pulsing. And around the corner, believe it or not, there is a parade. As you turn, Ren slows the vehicle down, noticing that nobody is behind you. There are hundreds of people ahead carrying brightly colored lanterns aloft on poles, talking and drinking and dancing, as well as running and diving, especially as like people kind of are going about and chasing people in costumes here. You can see Ren slows down, kind of turns back, and just goes, "We're in the clear." And slowly, with the lanterns kind of parting, they make their way over towards what looks like an abandoned firehouse. As you are driving, Celia, who has like had her breath held the entire time, suddenly seems to realize this and just, I think we're safe. Thank you.
Are you ever safe? You seem like everybody wants you.
I'm sorry. I haven't told you everything. Ren, get us home, and then I'll explain everything once we're somewhere a little bit more secure. Ren nods and kind of brings this craft in. As you get close, there is this chain link fence that up into the ceiling, and you can enter into the yard of this firehouse. And the firehouse door opens up, and you can actually see on the inside of this space, they just drive straight in. The shadows kind of crawl across this van and shut behind you. And you are all kind of left in this very dark space for just a moment before Ren presses a button on the roof of this van, and the lights turn on to reveal an enormous vehicle bay that is largely intact. You can see the fire engines have long been replaced by decommissioned water trucks. There are some maintenance vehicles scattered around this space. You see tool benches lining the walls here. Suspended from the ceiling, you can see dozens of old emergency lanterns, and this is where the light is coming from. This is not one true light, but like many lights that have been wired together to form sort of a makeshift system. You can all just get out. Ren stops and just says, "We're here." Opens the door. This group kind of unloads into the space.
Is this your safe house?
Celia nods.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting them to show up like that.
Who are they?
The cult of the Great Machine.
Yeah.
Come, sit.
I need a drink after that. I'm going to take out my flask. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to offer it to anyone.
She leads you over to this area where there's like an old steel table that has been covered in maps and routes and half-empty coffee mugs. There's a number of like mismatched sofas that have been dragged to form kind of a ring around there. And she gestures for all of you to sit, and she sits as well. The Ahsoki sits down. Ren and this android both kind of go and begin to like fuss over the water tanks that have been damaged in this fight. But you can all kind of sit in the space. And as you say that, they would point to where there is this old beat up refrigerator, like out of like kind of misplaced at a time. Glass front, this like nice chrome handle that you can pull open. It doesn't look like it works terribly well. There's not like a lot of condensation in there, but there's a number of different drinks in there. And she would say, "Help yourself. And if you need to rest, you can rest up in the loft." And she points towards where probably the firefighters would have slept.
I'm going to grab a drink for everyone. Okay. I'm going to hand them out, and then I'm going to hand one to Celia and go, "My name's Monk."
She takes this drink, nods to you, and says, I'm Celia, but you all know that already. I'm really sorry, and I understand if this isn't going to get me the job.
How long have you been running? You can see, like, I'm actually like shaking a little bit.
I'm not running, not really. They kind of look over, and you can see there is like a grouping of lockers. Each of them have a name on them, and there is one that is largely untouched. And she says, "I'm doing the furthest thing for you. Those people believe that I'm responsible for some terrible thing, some affront to their religion.
What do they think?
They think that I want to destroy their great machine. But I don't. There's somebody involved with that organization who has gotten away with a terrible thing, and they need to be brought to justice. People died, and those families deserve closure. I can't believe that.
Who is it?
Who's who?
The person that is responsible.
You can see they kind of look at all of you, and they especially are looking at Theo.
Yeah, I was gonna say like quick out of character question, because end of last game we were in 2 separate vehicles.
Mhm.
Did they just come back and say get in the van? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's been no indication outside of our combative abilities that the ruse is broken until right now when we got into the fire station. And
It's
What
not
I-
even broken yet.
I was gonna say like Theo's ruse is still there. However, I don't know. This is kind of
Thomas von Kessel, let's go.
well. I was gonna say this is kind of like, you know what I mean. Like
Hearing her
any,
say, like, I understand if you don't want to offer me the job, probably means that she totally believes that you are all still part of Tide Path.
yeah, no, I mean Theo did roll pretty high. It was just kind of one of those things where like, damn, you know, I feel like someone's like, oh wow, I guess now that we're done with this group, y'all would probably just want to leave and go back to your normal lives. And now we're trying to like tell me more about this. I want to get involved with your mission. But yeah, no, Theo has stayed completely quiet on purpose and waiting until I don't know. There's an indication of whether he needs to break the ruse or keep it going. But yeah, he makes eye contact with her and is just kind of waiting.
And looking at Theo, she would definitely say, we're not even sure maybe who it is, but there is somebody responsible.
Theo, do you like indicate to the rest of us that like the deception is still on, or
Do we have the mind link up? Or
we
no?
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like this is almost out of character for Theo, but he kind of just says like, either we're telling her now that we're gonna,
I think
either we're telling her that we're gonna try to abduct her right now, or we're trying to like get involved. Like here, let me assist you in your adventures against this
I
this
want-
machine
I immediately
god.
go, no one's abducting anybody, and I look at her and I go, we know that this area has gotten rough recently. We were hired here to keep people safe.
We're hired guns.
So I don't know these people. This happened to me like a few months ago where I ended up in a situation where some guy blew his arm off and I ran into some runaways. I was just doing my job on the street, and now I can't do that anymore because this whatever these people are gonna know my face now, even if I paint it again. So, do you have a job, like an assistant job or something I could take? Like, I'll repaint myself, but I can't do my work in my spot anymore.
Wait, so you're also interviewing?
I'm not interviewing, but like my spot was blown up. I don't have a job anymore. I don't even know who these people are.
I'm not taking the job anymore, I don't think. I don't think they're going to offer it to me.
I'm not qualified to do whatever the heck you guys are doing.
How did you get an interview?
I didn't get an interview. I was standing outside doing some fire stuff. That's my work.
Theo furrows his brow, and you hear him in the mind link. The mind link, you just hear like a like
I guess we're
an
sticking
ugh,
with it.
an
That
ugh and a sigh, and he just kind of like
we keep lying.
You guys
yeah.
can tell her, but I think it worked well
I've
last
seen
time.
her a couple times. I've had to interview at that cop shop a couple times, and sometimes I have street performers. So
I remember you give
know.
me good tips. Yeah.
I try, but
I look at Monk and just like through the mind, like I go, we're like we three are bodyguards, and I go, we were there to.
That's what I said
Keep
to
them
Mind
safe,
Link. I'm like,
yeah.
we're hired guns.
Yeah.
But you're hired guns.
you remember when I said that you might have to do some on-site work as we kind of do the redevelopment of the water flow systems in the tunnels? They may not always be the safest, and if you're familiar with what's going on at that neighborhood with those 2 gangs fighting over, did you hear about that? Those 2 gangs fighting over
little digital storm and
Digital Storm
Glowbreakers.
and Glowbreakers. Thank you so much
Do
for
you
that.
really work for Tide Path Systems?
Oh my god. David feels like this is a freaking horrible idea, but
Make
No,
a
do
sense
it.
motive check.
Can I get any plus points because I said I've interacted with him outside the coffee cup?
what do I add to sense
That's
motive?
perception.
Sense motive is
Perception.
perception.
Just perception. That's just gonna be a 19. I'm not gonna-
You do notice a lot of the hesitancy that she seems to have in like talking more about who this person is. She did seem to know who this person was, and then she backtracked.
Yeah.
No.
She's nervous about the fact that you work for Tide Path. And something about that doesn't seem to add up with being hired guns and the disposition that you all have right now.
Yeah. Out of character, like, you know, the ruse is easy to maintain when they don't have an idea of you, but now that we just got into like a gunfight and we're kind of like, like, hey, tell us more about this. It like the lie is going to continue to get a lot harder. But yeah,
So no, after I was the world champion of arm wrestling,
yeah,
fucking come.
as an HR recruiter, sometimes you get in gunfights. It's it happens. What can I say? It wasn't my first one. But, yeah.
Like, looking at Theo, I think Sagan would kind of sense that we're getting to the end of this ruse.
Yeah.
And kind of just he'd look at Celia and just go, look, all I can tell you is that we were hired to keep you safe until you make a phone call.
By my father.
You know it.
He sent people before. He tried to hire lawyers to look into this and all sorts of things, but he just doesn't understand. And I haven't really been able to tell him.
What does he want?
He wants me back. He wants me safe.
But you're a hydrodynamic, whatever.
Hydrodynamic.
Hydrodynamics.
Hydro what?
Yeah.
You're not a Valor person.
Theo lets his actual accent come out and say, "Yeah, you're not getting the job. My friend here's, we were hired, and I apologize for the initial ruse. I can tell when someone doesn't want to be found, and your digital footprint or lack thereof was a pretty big indicator. I knew I had to get your attention somehow, and I figure someone who's recent graduate, someone's got an active profile on Greed, led me to believe that I could probably draw you in, so to speak, through that. So, no Tide Path connection.
Well, that's good. I believe that Tide Path is employing the cult of the Great Machine, or artificially creating their faith. There was an accident a few months ago, and a few workers lost their lives. People with families. And they just swept it under the rug. They made it seem as if it was an accident. Nobody even received compensation. That isn't right.
You see Sagan kind of step in closer, not menacingly. He's just really paying attention.
Monk is also kind of getting into journalistic kind of interview.
I understand that my father wants to keep me safe, and even though there are greater things I could do, I don't mind returning to Baylor. But I can't until this is right.
If we assist you on this, can our exchange be you allow us to escort you back?
I mean this in the most polite way. You did a fantastic job at creating a fake interview.
Theo gives the smallest of grins and just thank you, appreciate
I don't think that approach will work for this particular problem.
Well, you can think of us as dynamic problem solvers, as Thomas would phrase it, but what ideas do you have? What's the objective here?
I want to expose the man who caused all of this.
That's well, there is a name. You just didn't say it.
Well, I love a good expose. Tell me more.
If you all worked for Tidepath, you would essentially work for him. And so, telling you who this is, I, to be honest, still don't know how much I can trust all of you.
We just saved your life, princess.
You did. But let's start with this. I think there is somebody who can shed light on what happened. The cover-up was extensive. Most of the information relating to it has been swept away. I haven't been able to track it. But I did locate one of the engineers who worked on this project. One of the people who would have been responsible for many of the decisions that went on. They could probably tell us where this information is.
What actually happened?
They said it was an accident, but there was an explosion. Something was wrong with the pumps before they even started, and 6 people died.
Look, I'm all about making rights wrong.
It isn't just making rights wrong.
Exactly, it's about the truth. This whole district needs to know. Look, I dabble a little bit into journalism. We can blow this cover story up and we can make things right for people. Get them their money they deserve.
But it starts with finding this man.
Let's take it easy on the lofty goals here. Objective and then solution. What's the name of the engineer?
1 second. Got long notes for this. Alright. The engineer's name is Merrick Hume.
Merrick?
Yes, he would have been in his 50s. He, like most of the engineers, just disappeared after the event happened. But I've been able to track him. I imagine the cult has probably gotten to most of the engineers, and that's why they've been so hard to track down. And I imagine they are also looking for him as well. So this is something of a urgent priority.
So, dynamics between the cult and Tidepath.
I believe the cult of the Great Machine is being propped up by the leader, not of Tidepath. Okay, 1 second. I have so many documents in this.
Yes.
This thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, what was your question?
Relationship between Tidepath and the cults. You believe that the
Tidepath
cult
is a subsidiary to Aquadyne.
right?
And Fertidyne, the organization that I worked for, is also a conglomerate to Aquadyne. They all work for the same people, and so one will cover for the other.
This is true.
My guess is that the leader of Fertidyne is also the leader of the Cult of the Great Machine, or at the very least is somehow influencing their decisions. I believe they are responsible for naming me this great threat to their religion.
All right.
Yeah, that's how it seems.
The cult's, I guess, directive towards you as this threat. I mean, how is this? I don't know. Are you some type of anti-prophet or something like that? I mean, they're just trying to kill you. There's layers to this thing, right? And you're trying to manipulate people.
They have said, or they claim that I am here to destroy the machine. That is what they have yelled at me every time that they have attempted to capture me or whatever their goal is. But I don't care.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Do you know what the Great Machine is?
You must have seen it. It is the largest structure in all of the Rust Gardens. It's a massive machine that operates, I believe, the great sliding doors to seal off the district when they flood it.
The thing with the massive gears.
Yeah.
The thumping.
Yes.
That's what the thumping was.
Yes, the thumping is ubiquitous. When you're actually in the Rust Gardens, you cannot escape it.
All right.
Would I know anything? I mean, with like occultism, religion, would I know anything about this further?
Make a religion check.
All right. Doing pretty good. With religion, that is a 26.
Okay. With a 26, give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So, the Cult of the Great Machine is a group that is not a major religion. They worship out of their quote-unquote cathedral, which is this the structure that houses the Great Machine itself. They call themselves a brotherhood. They are largely mechanics and technicians who work for Ferdinand, but who have taken on sort of this religious bend. With that check, you know that certainly Ferdinand props this religion up. They encourage this religion. They probably, though there is no proof, there is probably a financial connection from them to this religion, because the greater this religion, it's basically free labor. They have created a group of people so obsessed with their product that they literally worship it. And so this cult certainly makes sense to be used as sort of an arm by Aquadine. I would say you also know that within the Rust Gardens, their symbol is an 8-toothed cog with a single bearing in the center. And they're largely seen as, if not like benevolent, then at least a part of the ecosystem of this area. You actually saw a couple of them maintaining a bridge on your way in. They work on infrastructure. They kind of help out. And in that way, certainly have kind of bought their way into at least being tolerated by the people of this space.
Mm-hmm. So, sort of like the Freemasons, but a little bit more culty.
Yes, very much like that. And I would say, though nobody knows the leader of the Cult of the Great Machine, you are aware of the fact that Ferdinand, and you can look this up on the Infosphere, has a branch manager. And this branch manager, their name is Kaishel Tronic. They're when you look at their picture online, perfect posture, like photoshopped smile and hair. They look immaculate in every single photo that they're in. You actually see a picture of them like opening a section of the Great Machine maybe 100 years ago. This person also probably close to like 200 years old. They are standing amongst a group of like fairly dirty people, and even still, they look immaculate in this space. And I would say that's mostly what you notice.
Okay. Yeah, with that in mind, I just kind of nod and say, yeah, Kaishotronic, he's an old player. I don't even know how he came up.
He must pay.
I'm ready.
His life?
No,
Okay.
that's too easy.
No, he's gonna rot in the jail. The people have to know, and the people have to abstract their justice on the system that he runs.
I want everybody to know. I want his family to see him and feel shame.
Celia, I have connections in the journalistic world. Once we find this engineer, we're gonna make this happen. I promise you. I'm gonna look her in the eye. We'll make this happen.
I believe he has hard information, or at least knows where it's stored. I think with that, we could blow this wide open, and if you could all help me do that, I'll return you. That is all that I want.
Done.
Theo kind of like looks like he's considering for a second and extend his hand out.
She shakes it.
Mission for extraction, right?
Mission for abstraction, but the mission is to get this man to face justice.
Theo just
Well,
gives her
Well,
by the people? Because justice never ends.
Lolly feels that justice is, I guess, a subjective term. I think her idea of justice might involve gunshots, but
Yes, you get
That's
rid
it.
of problem.
to my understanding, though, Celia's definition may be a bit different and more
she needs him to be publicly shamed.
How are we going to convince everyone
We are going to get proof, and we are going to publish it.
And who knows? Maybe the world's greatest journalist might write the greatest article. Who knows?
But we also have you. And
Yeah.
so I think
But we also have you.
I feel monk from that burn.
Whoa,
Damn.
rough.
Damn. Theo smiles.
Monk is gonna he's gonna like wet his finger and just go, "Tss. Ooh, I can feel the burn from that, sister.
for
Ooh.
her, totally, that was just like
Yeah, because it was genuine.
genuine, like completely like, you know what? If we can't get him on the phone,
We
we
can
have
get
to
this
stop.
we got the Dr. Pepper for shit.
Listen,
She's
I'm
funny,
not
she's
doing
funny.
anything right now, clearly. So if he I'm pretty well versed in occultism. You know, I could always see if I could penetrate it and get some info.
Wait, who is this Merrick character again?
He's a senior engineer on the
Faraday.
on the project that was, I guess, the source of all this. Is
So
that
we
right?
need to
Yeah.
get
Correct?
Merrick first and then Kaisel?
We believe that Merrick might have information and evidence of why this disaster took place. If we have information that can link it to Mr. Cashel, is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes, I believe that he actually knew about the engineering faults that led to the problems. I think he knows where there's information that still could prove this.
So we need to get Merrick on our side. Is what they're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
and he is in hiding, much like I am.
Where at?
So this is the thing. He went to a place that they would never expect. He's at the condemned building of the accident occurred in. I'm pretty sure that he's hiding on one of the upper levels because it is so badly damaged, it's dangerous even to go inside.
These engineers will be okay.
But if I put this together, at least one other person must. If not from the cult, then, like all of you, a hired gun. So we will need to be careful going in.
Just a quick refresher here. They're after him because he was aware of the engineering faults too. Does Tide Path or Ferdinand want him dead or something?
I believe so.
All right, that changes things.
He's the only one I've been able to find alive. At least 3 others have turned up dead in the last weeks.
That's not
We
Yeah.
got to move fast then.
Classic catch and release kind of information warfare.
And we were preparing to try to find some way to do this, but she kind of turns, and you can see like they're maintaining this truck. This is a group of people who are not soldiers. This is sort of like a rough and tumble water delivery group that deliver water to places that other people won't. They're not really soldiers. And so she kind of turns back to all of you and says, I think our chances are much better with all of you on our side. Are you ready now?
I mean, could we have
Yes,
a little
let's
bit of a
go.
moment to just kind of gather ourselves? We just got out of a gun for a car chase.
Yes, no, of course. Please take your time, and then whenever we're ready, we can get going. I have a rough idea of what this place might look like from when I worked there, but I don't know what sort of condition it's in now.
Would you be able to take out his communication device? I don't know, I'm calling it comm or whatever. You go ahead and point it out on this map where it is.
Yep. She goes over and she goes past the neon depths where all of you currently are, and down into the undercrawl. Part of the city that is just layers of ruined maintenance tunnels and a dangerous place to be. You all know because you all live there.
Nice.
It is the place where sewage runs directly by your domicile, and zooms in on a structure called Pump Array 62C. It's
Pump
right
array. What?
62.
62C.
And this, I know the neon depth is underneath all of Seath, but this neon depth specifically is under Aquadine.
So if you think about Seethe as almost like a globe,
Yeah.
Seethe, there's like the city up on the crust.
Yep.
Then beneath that is the neon depths.
Yep.
Then beneath that, like the tectonic plates
Is
that
the
shift
undercrawl.
everything around, is the undercrawl. And then beneath even that,
Rest ocean.
floating underneath is the rust ocean. That's what everything is kind of built upon.
Okay. But this specifically location of the pump area 62C, is that below the Aquadyne
Yeah.
area? Okay, cool.
It's like directly below
Nice.
you guys, probably like an hour drive.
Perfect.
Yeah, I might. Sagan would kind of like get a little closer to Celia and put his hand on her shoulder and say, "This is a really good thing you're doing. These accidents ruin lives, and no one ever pays for them. Don't ask me how I know." And then I limp away, and I find the tallest seat that they have, and I try to sit in it, but it actually deflates further, so I just get way too low and looks very uncomfortable.
Literally happened to me in a meeting today. Absolutely.
I'll kind of nudge Celia. He's a little dramatic, like not like the fun dramatic like me.
From like swallowed by the cushions. I'm like, you have any technical documents about this?
He's not being dramatic. It's true.
No, I know, of course. We're gonna.
Dang, she does not like you.
Wow.
We're gonna bring this to justice, and sunlight's the best disinfectant. But look, the truth is, it's a thing that it doesn't matter if you get your personality or your own. And he's gonna look at Sagan, like I guess he's like kind of like walking away. Past involved. It doesn't care. The truth is something that's concrete and objective.
Is that Valali or was that?
No, this is Olive.
Okay.
Volley's like, yeah. Truth is
Well,
solid.
Say
I
again.
want this truth. I want this more than I've wanted anything in a long time. And I think I'm glad that I've met you.
I'm glad I met you. He's gonna like offer his drink to like cheers with her.
Okay, yeah, she taps hers to yours and she says, "You're a journalist," you said.
Yeah, I dabble a little bit. You may have seen a couple of my articles here and
What
there.
have you written?
Oh well, I wrote and he's gonna kind of he'll show like not like the soggy sandwich stuff, but like stuff from his previous before he got with like the Skullrunners and stuff.
Okay.
Like I think Monk has done at least like a couple small like exposés of like it's not in Volor because he wouldn't do that, but like probably in the safety. What's the Gravitas? Some areas in Gravitas, like some infrastructure issues, some various things about the system of the Halo and just how corrupt the Halo system and the income and quality of like the rest of Seath. Just like kind of
Diplomacy check.
cool.
Take a +4 condition modifier.
That's a 7. I'm gonna re-roll.
There's some dice that I look at with people rolling and I'm like, there's nothing on there.
Okay, that is a
What did you just give us?
Hero point.
He uses hero point for his
13.
That's fair.
plus 13. 13 plus 13 is 26.
Okay. So
Eh,
you say all this, they kind of nod to you, and they look through your articles, they kind of glance through this, and they say, "You might be able to help me. Even with all of this, I'm worried that we may not have enough. It may take truly creative journaling to be able to get these people brought to account. They're powerful. Even with the truth, like you say, the truth is objective. But we might need to make it clear for people. We cannot risk this person walking free."
Theo will, I don't know, let them do their thing. But if she kind of ends it off there, the others ask her if she has a minute.
Anything else that you're trying to send?
I'm just gonna just be like, we'll find a way. Maybe the traditional routes might not work, but there's more than one way to make the truth heard and see it.
Kind of nod off. What are you saying to Celia?
Theo will like be kind of furrowing his brow a bit and take out his comm like to take notes, and Ask. So is it Kushel or Kushal? Kushal.
Kashel.
Kashal. Is it Kashal?
Kashel.
The engineer?
No.
No, the leader.
The
Kaishal,
leader,
it's
the leader of
Kaishal.
Fader
The,
Dash.
the, the one she.
Kaishel.
Kaishal.
Let's say that a couple more times.
Kaishal.
Kaishal Tronic.
Kaishal Tronic. Theo writes that down and says, alright, so and he kind of like, he looks like he's searching for the word, bringing him to justice. I'm kind of on Blali's side here, not in terms of, shooting him, that's not what you want, but justice is subjective here. So usually what I would think of is you want the story out and you want him to hurt. Am I understanding this correctly? Not hurt in a way that's instantly ends his life, but you want his family to feel shame, you want him to, I'm assuming, feel a great sense of negative emotion. Am I getting somewhere here?
I don't know if I've ever really considered how I want him to feel. There isn't words. I want him to feel as if he can't escape. I want him to feel as if this reality is a horrible one that he will fall asleep to and continue to wake up to.
Do you follow evil gods, Celia?
Horrible.
Don't follow any gods. They're on me.
I just asking. That sounded pretty dark.
Yeah, Theo is writing down as horrible.
I can cheers to that.
Endless nightmares.
Nightmare scenario.
Well,
Can't escape.
I hope you never find one because they will bluff you.
So
He has lived an exceptionally comfortable life.
this is exactly what I was getting at. So when it comes to a situation like this, right, you don't want to just end it with a gunshot. You gotta figure out the
We're
pond
not
the fish is
talking
swimming.
about ending.
No.
We're talking about the beginning.
Theo makes another look. You were gonna help me profile this guy, all right? In terms of not like that, and he kind of points to Monk. I mean, no associates, locations. Does he got a family? Does he care about anything? Can you hurt what he cares about? You know what I mean? This is Theo has a
Nice.
fucking serious looking face. Like, if you want this,
This
then
is the challenging thing.
Yeah.
He has an elderly father where he does not talk.
Great.
He's onto a convalescent site on the Halo itself. As far as I can tell, they don't talk anymore. He seems to have put his father out of sight and out of mind. They don't know that killing him would accomplish anything.
Right.
He cares about the company.
they'll further down, right?
But who is this dad?
His father,
Yeah.
Um,
Is he well known?
he's very old. He's pushing 300.
But is he well known for anything? Is he well respected?
I didn't know about him until I began looking more into this man. So I don't believe so. You're welcome to look.
Yeah, can I?
Make a this is called, I always forget. It's a
Media
element.
lore.
Yeah, media lore. Make a media lore check.
Media? I don't remember the media lore.
Oni Ideo. That's a custom thing that I made.
Do you have any lore?
You
I have
actually can get
circus.
media lore.
Yeah, I know, but
there's a
it's-
couple other ways. to get
Yeah, I got it as a
Can-
feat that was to make it custom.
I don't want to take it from her, but I know where she's going with it. Could I
You?
assist her
I have
somehow
society.
with corporate lore?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Natural 20 with a
Oh,
plus
let's
11.
go.
Ayo!
So Carter Tronig, an individual who also worked for Fertidine. This is kind of a what's it called? A legacy family where it's for about 3 generations now they've worked for this company. He never rose up anywhere above just kind of being a manager, and so
Sure.
not well known for anything aside from like being a manager for like 40 years is kind of an accomplishment, I guess, in and of itself. Stability is nothing wrong with that. But there's nothing named after him. There's not like a Carter Tronig wing of the Fertidine fertilizer plant.
Right.
I mean, if Lolly isn't doing anything,
Volley is going
Yes, I'll do that.
is Fertidine good or bad? Because Aquadyne is bad, right? Is Fertidine bad? Are we ending Fertidine the company, or are we just ending Queso?
We are ending the lab. I don't care about the company.
Okay. And then she continues to watch her Reaper's game on her phone.
hey Lolly, can you help me out?
What? Yes.
Can we look? I would pitch to Volley that we could look into the incident itself. Any like articles written about it, any like site plans or anything like that.
Sure.
And try to figure out. Clearly, we're not going to find out. Oh, look, there's evidence of corruption, but we might find places where the story like has little holes in it.
Sure.
I would like to use, since they're dealing in water trade, right?
Yeah.
I want to see if there's any smuggling of water that's happening through Fertidine or beneath Fertidine.
Make a sense motive check.
Sense motive, or
You could use your smuggling feature.
Ooh.
well, actually, my sense motive is better.
That's kind of what I thought. But you can use the smuggling feature.
Ooh. It's just like, oh no.
And I'll look into like engineering anything, so maybe crafting.
What are you
Like-
trying to craft?
Or no, like looking into like details of
he's
what
researching
was
the
the
evidence.
pump station
So
supposed to be
Don't
doing.
need to make a check for that. With Theo's
Okay.
natural 20, as you all look up various bits of information,
Yeah.
you find a pretty common thread. This information, the information that we were looking for, has been deleted.
Okay.
And there has not been a great attempt to... if you look for pump array 61C, you can find like pictures of it, and there's like a little kind of like geospace where you could leave a review for it if you really wanted. 0 stars. Pump array 63C, same thing. Pump array 62C does not exist. It's on the map, but you can't interact in any way with it. There is no news articles about it. If an accident happened, you cannot find out about it.
Mhm.
And with a natural 20, you know that's because a conspiracy has occurred to cover this up, probably before it even got out. And a tremendous amount of money and resources have probably been poured into this project. There is a glaring hole where there should be a story, and no effort has been made to cover it up. And so the people who have covered this up also feel pretty comfortable doing so.
Bunk is going to use his meteor lore. He's thinking he wants to make a meteor lore to make a check because he knows maybe from what Celia was saying the traditional routes of publishing might be blocked for the average viewer in Aquadyne. So he's thinking maybe something more like guerrilla journalism,
Sure.
something that can get people's attention without having the typical means of being blocked by the filters.
Sure.
So he's gonna try to see is there anywhere in Aquadyne or in just Seath in general that has like a kind of like a Times Square, like a ticker area or like a big main. It doesn't even have to be in like Seath or the Halo itself. It could be like a local small main street in just an Aquadyne. I'm looking for a place where that will get a lot of people's attentions on like a big screen that I could get the information out.
Yeah, you're talking about Hollow Square and Hologram Corporation's Spire. It is Times Square, but for Seath. You are talking about a place where every available surface, from the pavement to the mailboxes to the street signs themselves, are tickers.
And where's that?
This is in Hologram Corp. This is a place where the corporate motto is if it isn't seen, it didn't happen. And so just everything is a screen there.
Now, if I can't get to there, is there like a small local one in Aquadyne? Because that seems pretty. Aquadyne's pretty far from here.
It is. There isn't like...
I mean, Hollow Corp is.
In Aquadyne, there isn't really like a big central grid. In fact, I would say for free, you've seen enough now of the structure that even the large spaces are kind of tubular in shape. And so you've seen entire districts get flooded and such.
Okay.
It's really not designed for large gatherings. The only place where that happens is when they drain a whole section, like you
Okay.
saw for the Pipe Fire Cookout. That was probably the biggest gathering that you'll see in some time.
Monk thinks, okay, maybe this idea won't work, but he also thinks back to his interaction with Sagan in the coffee shop, and he thinks about S. And this is like the second or third time he's seen this person, and he knows he writes these articles, and he's not really sure where they go, and he thinks maybe, not if I ask them, but maybe there's a way I can kind of reach out into not the void, but the millions of happenstances of which reality kind of has layers of fabric. You know, the different ways of we experience our reality and the different illusions that can be in front of them, the curtains. If there is another curtain of reality where Monk can reach out and find an answer, if it's possible, to get his article submitted into that hollow square.
Okay. So
I'm trying to ask whoever this S is, and I'm kind of making, I don't know if it's an Arcana check or an Occult check to see if I can kind of search in the multiverse if there is a way I can feel that if I could get there through a multiverse kind of way.
So you are opening yourself up to the universe, essentially.
Yes, the multiverse.
Okay.
Gonna need
Make an
some
occultism check.
Strong LSD.
Well, the multiverse is very vast. And Monk is just going to start this off by just writing a very fancy S, like a very like old English kind of S. And
I was thinking,
Yeah,
remember in 5th grade,
yes,
the little
the
S
cool
that you
S.
made?
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
But like arcane, but I love that. Yeah. So like you're talking about like in the old books, the very first
Yes.
letter. Cool. So you begin to kind of trace this glyph. Make a occultism check.
Yeah.
And I might see you getting very serious about this, and I'll cast guidance on you.
Hell yeah.
We'll get them.
It's a natural one, so let me use the reroll, please.
Yeah.
You
I'll let
already
you get.
used your reroll.
I'll give you my reroll.
Thank you, Sagan. You're the best. I love you.
You're still in a cult.
Okay, that is a 10, which isn't great. But am I rolling, what is it?
Occultism.
Arcane or occultism, Joe? I
You
wonder-
were doing occultism.
Okay. That is a 10.
Okay.
So 10 plus 10 is dirty 20.
The dirty 20, you
With the +1?
What's the plus 1? 21.
21.
Very important, I'm sure.
You reach out into the space kind of looking for something. You
Yeah.
kind of focus on this S and you begin to kind of write it out. And you send this intentionality out into the universe. And you feel nothing.
Okay. Fair enough.
But you're not sure. These kinds of things take time.
So you were trying to not to reach out to the universe. That's some true detective shit where you see the
Yeah.
galaxy. Your idea is to try to put this story in what's it called?
Hollow Square.
Hollow Square as like putting a expose in Times Square right on all the ads.
Yes.
That's okay.
And the way I'm thinking mechanically, out of character to do that, I have a spell called holographic memory. If we could extract this memory from this mechanic, we could just play it.
There is, well, okay, out of character, I mean, in a more direct way, and is it even possible to like hack into one of those, I don't even know if they would know this, like one of the monitors there to play something?
Oh yeah, we could mechanically hack it too.
I was gonna say, yeah, like it, well, you know, don't get, Theo's already said that, like, hey man, I don't know if I believe in the.
I had big
A lot
feelings
of this
about
stuff.
sharing this, but when I lived in New York, I would sometimes put things on screens in Times Square. It's not hard. And so if you can do it in present day, actually that was in like 2009, you can certainly do it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unless you share what you're doing, like Theo will, for some reason, think about maybe just
Yeah,
going the direct route.
mine's like trying to see if there's a reality of which it happens, and then willing that reality into our existence. This way of like manually hacking it, that's also a legitimate way of doing it.
That's like
Yeah.
you say. That's also a legitimate
Mine's the
you
more
imagine
legitimate.
reality.
Yeah,
He's over here chanting affirmations, lighting candles, and you're over
Alright.
here like, maybe we hack.
I
this
mean,
guy.
yeah, we could just hack it, man. We could just,
Yeah.
we could just.
If you want to go old school, I guess.
we could just buy 60 seconds of airtime and run it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess while that's going on, Theo will kind of want to clarify with Celia. All right, he's got a father he doesn't care about, and he's what, the CEO of Fertigdyne?
Does he have any
managing
romantic
director?
interests?
Should tell you.
The father, or
No.
No, I'm trying to find any.
I show.
She's even older.
He doesn't. He doesn't really have any interests that are romantic. He primarily stays within the machine. You
So
will
you
see
could technically
him.
say his romance is with the machine.
I suppose so.
Kind of romancing the machine.
I don't know how intimate he is with the great machine, but it's quite a great machine.
It comes really loud.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It would crush him. But she would say he keeps himself so far apart that it's hard to reach him in any other way. We need for the people above him to force him to justice.
That's what was going to be my next question. So, this guy is. Did you say he was a managing director or a CEO, or what is his role here?
He's a branch manager, specifically for Thursday, which is a branch in Oregon.
Correct. So, branch manager reports to someone. I would assume reporting to either president or CEO of Aquadyne.
That would work, yes. Really, as long as there was enough outrage, it would be hard to keep him. Something would have to happen, even if it was just a display. And that would mean that he would need to be moved out of the machine.
That's what I was thinking. We need a reason to get him fired or get him removed so that he would be forced out of where he is now.
And I believe that this engineer has what we need to do that, or at least knows where the information is. If your friend can truly do what he says and remove his memory, that would be perfect. He was there on that day.
Right. So getting the evidence, I'm going to have to display that in a way that forces senior leadership team from Aquadyne to fire him. Once he's removed, he essentially has no corporate cover, and I guess he loses the only thing he really cares about, right? After that,
As long as we can discredit him in the cult of the great machine, he's got nothing.
right. Okay.
That's up in the air. I can't
Yeah.
guarantee one way or the other.
Yeah. Theo, I'm assuming, has kind of in a similar situation to David, has been trying to break down the steps in this thing.
Mhm.
And he's like, all right, but that of course starts with getting engineers' evidence. All right.
And as long as we can get this evidence and we can expose him, I don't even need to stay for him to go to jail. In fact, I would want to go home.
All right. He just kind of runs a hand through the fresh cut that he got and says, "I feel better. At least we have some kind of plan now."
So, so if you can't already tell, I'm an android. Interface with other machines. I'm thinking maybe it might be smart if I try to see if I can connect somehow with this great machine.
Ooh,
That might be good
I love it.
for later on in the step. We're gonna need to figure out a way to verify as much as we can, verify all the information that he gets.
Well, and to be clear, I
Maintenance
don't
logs.
know that we'll be able to get to the great machine. It's within the depths of many secure corridors and chambers, it would be hard to reach.
Are there any small aspects of the great machine that probably channel itself through other things?
I've never seen it, but it is what keeps the entire district running. Everything is impacted by the machine in one way, shape, or form.
It's a possibility, Nix. Maybe chase that source.
A friendly AI, hopefully.
Yeah, a little droid of mine who can sneak around even further.
Are you all ready to go?
If everyone else is ready, just before we go, I would just kind of go to Cecilia and just go, the people who died, do you know their names? Do you know anything? And I would take out my comms and just try to record the names. We don't have to go through them one by one if you don't want to.
Sure, she gives you all the names.
Sing and CC on me that.
I would say the big thing here. Give me 1 second. Some documents. You see, she turns over and kind of looks, and as she's naming all of these, the last name is challenging for her. But eventually she would give you Dario. Dario Viscar.
Dario Viscar.
Vascar.
Vascar. And when she gives that to him, Sagan will put his hand on her shoulder and go, "It's hard losing him. I'm so sorry."
It wasn't just. It was everything we had planned. Let's go.
I know what it's like to live in a graveyard of dreams. And with that, I'll start limping over towards the whatever transport is available.
Okay. You make your way over to that same silver van. Are all the rest of you boarding this crowd?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say, sometimes he's the right kind of drama queen. I omit, and then I'll board the craft.
Okay. She would stop and say, are any of you especially skilled at driving? I'll provide directions then. And she kind of gets into the passenger seat. Next, you get into the driver's seat? Fantastic.
Real quick,
I want to be in the passenger side of my best friend's ride.
It's got to be what, 8? Somewhere around there at night. Our interview was 6
After
p.m.
your, about 8:30 after your escape and your conversation. We'll say 9 o'clock after this talk.
9 p.m.
Nice.
Can Theo do some quick map foo and look at time to destination?
Yeah, probably about an hour. Was how long it will take for you guys to get to
Nice.
this area. You guys are probably due for resting in another 12 hours or so you have plenty of time to get there and get back.
Yeah, Theo's just kind of doing some men's calculations. All right, I'm running on fumes, and he's gonna grab a snack or something and a glass of water out of the fridge area.
Yeah, they have water, they have coffee, they have a whole bunch of snacks and things just kind of stockpiled here. Based on what you're seeing in this space, this is probably one of several little pit stops that they have as they make these deliveries.
Before Vlella gets in the van, can I clock what Ren, Fen, and Nico and what have you are all doing?
Yeah, easy enough because they're not in any way, shape, or form hiding this. They urgently are working on the water tanks and containing the water. They brought out little buckets to try to catch every single drop because this is where they make their money, is delivering this product. And so very urgently focused on that. From your check on smuggling things also, they this seems to be a crew that they're engaged in delivering water to dangerous places. So already they're kind of on the gray area of commerce, but they're not smuggling anything. They're not stealing things or there's no smuggler compartments because they take the tanks off to service them. You're looking at just the sleek sort of van now, and that is what you're all boarding into.
Those tanks are all filled with water?
They are. This is an Ayudazi cargo van that's been just modified to allow a slightly heavier load on the repulsor coils.
Lolly, if I say in the mind link, if you want to gain even more of their trust, you could tell them about the tank of water we left behind.
We already told the church people about that.
We can have them
you
fight
could
over.
tell, yeah.
Yeah, they want to finders keepers, right?
Yeah, They need it.
So you all get to the van.
Mhm.
And next, they show you like a little map with the destination. And if you want, you can begin driving very easily.
Mhm.
Especially having been chased through the streets and driving through parades, the route there is largely uneventful.
Ooh.
You make your way through the space. The tunnels kind of widen and become more narrow in places. You do pass traffic. Even this late at night, there are people going to like third shift and stuff like that. And by about 10:30, the tunnel ahead widens into what was once a service street. The street, maybe not the best word. You can see the ancient roadway has collapsed. Parts of it have buckled, and sections of concrete hang overhead like broken teeth. There is water dripping steadily from overhead just somewhere in the darkness. And as you approach pump array 62C, it rises from the gloom like the corpse of a steel giant. It is jagged and broken. You can see still parts of it intact all the way up to the top 10 stories of structure. There are massive tubes that run the length of this thing, but there are places where steel has been kind of laid across to shutter the first 2 floors from the street. It would be harder to access this structure. You can see signs and caution tape all around it, though in many places torn and snapped and just fluttering in the breeze here. The lower stories basically buried in rubble. Rusted piping just kind of form almost a mountain around it, and the upper reaches just vanish into shadow so deep that you can't even see the top. This is a huge, huge structure. You do see some faded Aquadyne logos, chipped and stained with mineral deposits that are visible on the portions of the exterior here, and you see like lots of things have kind of collapsed in the time that this has been abandoned. So this whole structure probably dangerous to be in. Can I have everybody make a perception check, please?
That's a 22 for me.
21.
That's my dice.
19.
$1 each one.
Also 19.
Here.
It's a 9, a 4.
Okay.
Plus.
You look at this space, and it is largely abandoned. Now, those of you who rolled above a 20, there are ambient noises and creaks to this place that seem just a little bit out of place for a place that should be still. You suspect that there may be somebody or something within the structure.
I've got my droid that can fly, and I'm very skilled in acrobatics, so
I would immediately cast Detect Magic.
I have a question too. We established during what was the name of your guy that went to what was that? not your guy, your friend, your buddy
Max.
who went to Max. We established during Max that our android friend here has something akin to thermal vision. I'd also after magic, drone scan, switch to thermal, and see if you pick up movement around the area.
So this magic scan, you kind of cast this ability. There is a huge breach in the structure and this big chamber beyond. What is the range on that?
Question. Let me look it up. I think it's like 30 feet.
With 30 feet, nothing magical here. You use this thermal vision. I believe the range on that is 90 feet. And you can see that there is warmth in this space, though it seems to emanate from largely a malfunctioning generator in the lobby sort of area.
Okay.
I would say that would tell you that there is at least a little bit of power in that first floor, though much of the upper structure seems cold, at least what you can see. Again, steel exterior, probably keeping the ambient temperature of just the outside. And so hard to see really beyond there, but something to consider for the inside, certainly.
Monk rolled low, so he's not even looking at the window. He's just playing with the radio.
Okay.
Oh, I love this song. And like it's like 5 seconds. No, I love this song. No, wait, no. Oh, no, my God. This is our song. This is our song.
I reach, with my long arms, I reach for the volume knob and turn it, almost imperceptibly low. I think I hear something. Nope, never mind. I turned it back up.
I think we might. I love this song too, Monk. We might want to stay a little bit inconspicuous right now.
Celia opens the door and slides out. You can see just eyes transfixed on this building. And she begins to approach it, almost lost in the trance.
Thea will reach over, turn it off, and say that if someone's here, they already know we're here now. So let's go ahead and negotiate the obstacle.
Yeah.
Celia, have you been here before?
She kind of steps inside. You sort of almost lose Celia to the shadows as she does so. But you hear from the darkness, I used to work here.
This is a trap.
With dark vision, I'm trying to like keep an eye on her.
You can see her fine. She's inside. You can see now stepping over what is like a pool of stagnant water, just with a sheen of oil on top of it. You can smell ozone in this space. You can hear sort of this pervasive silence. Sagan, you listen, and you listen, and then thud! There is a massive thud where a piston somewhere in the darkness slams into motion. You hear the sound of metal
Celia!
overhead, and then a long hiss of steam escaping from unseen pipes.
Did you do that?
She turns and says, "There are parts of it that are still on. There is still power here."
Do you think it's safe for you?
I step in front of her and like pull her a little bit behind me. I go, just stay with the group.
She nods, but she's still kind of looking up, almost like listening for another thought.
I like as everyone catches up to us, I like turn to her and I go, "Are you okay? You can wait in the van if you need to."
She slowly shakes her head and she says, I'll be fine."
If you're not fine, wait in the van. I'm serious.
She nods her head.
Can I do a insight check on if she's being
Make a sense move.
something is hacking her
Make a
mind
sense
or
move
some
check.
shit? I don't like how
Ooh.
lofty
Central pump
she's gone.
assembly rises before you all like a skyscraper, just sort of almost just a conglomeration of colossal pipes that are wider than roads in places, running in all directions off of this central shaft. There are catwalks that crisscross the interior, up to like 80 feet above where the ceiling of the first level kind of disappears into shadows and clouds of steam. There is a freight elevator cage, large enough to carry entire construction vehicles, that sits dormant in the center of this room, across maybe a 20-foot long, 10-foot wide gangplank of steel. Its rails climb almost 10 feet into just darkness, disappearing amongst the maintenance platforms and hanging bridges. You can see a reinforced glass door stands closed beneath a glowing sign that just flickers faintly in the darkness that reads Central Lift Access A.
I would like to climb that front freight. I don't want to turn the freight elevator on, but can I climb inside of the tunnel itself?
It's easy enough. Give me 1 second. What was your sense motive check? Lolly?
19.
Ooh, girl.
I mean, as you look at her, there's nothing that looks like she's being mind controlled,
Okay.
but she's
Right.
preoccupied.
Hey, keep your eye on the balls, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's, just from, I don't know where your attention is. I know you're probably wanting to climb this thing. Before you ascend, real quick, got a favor to ask. I know that Fix has his little hover device. He can descend up on his own, right? How tall is this building?
This is 10 stories, but some of these stories, like this first one, almost like 20 feet, almost 60 feet tall. And so in total, this building spans about 280.
But we know that this distance is coverable from when we stole the data in that massive server, right? Like, can you send Fix up, get him above the building, just see if he, he's a once over, see if he sees any signs of life.
Yeah.
And I believe it's 100 feet that you need to be in to communicate with him.
I believe so.
Yeah, give him a pass up around, descend.
Make a perception check with Fix.
Did we keep hearing this thud, Joe?
Every now and then,
Yep.
there's a thud. And then
Yeah, I know. But
of some huge machine up above you.
You can use your pointer.
I'm gonna use nanite surge.
Nice.
So that's a 17.
With a 17, there is no signs of that. Not a one.
Guys, I think this thud would make a sick bass. You know, I could hear this in the club, you know? You hear that? Like, we just repeat it. Like, yeah.
Merrick, we're here. We're on your side.
going-
Come
I'm just
out.
gonna start climbing.
I'm going to look around,
You're climbing.
maybe using
Hell yeah.
survival to just see if there's any signs of like someone passing through.
Make a survival check. Absolutely. Nick,
Yeah.
as you get into the elevator car is here.
And I'm gonna
So if you
cast
want,
guidance
you
on
could open the door and like climb into the shaft.
Yeah. The shaft is
Yeah.
good.
myself. So that's
So you board this elevator. As you do see that there are just dim lights along the panel. The smart sort of reading turns the lights of floors that are inaccessible red, and the rest are kind of dim green. You can see that the only floor that this elevator will bring you to is the next floor. The rest are all illuminated red.
But I can climb the shaft itself.
So if you open this thing up,
Mhm.
you can kind of peer up and you can climb the shaft 60 feet up to where there is just a little bit of light coming in from the next floor. And then you can see there is maybe 60 feet up another elevator cart that has stopped. If it's jammed, doesn't allow, there's no way to go beyond it. So you could climb up to the next elevator cart, but then you would need to like physically saw your way into the next level.
Yeah.
Start climbing. Do you have a climb speed? I don't think you
Yeah, I
do.
don't think so.
As she's looking for that, and I guess everyone's kind of like looking for their own way up, Theo's gonna look to Celia and just say, "All right, I guess I'm your close protection detail, and seeing as you're the one who's actually from here, are there any stairs that ascends to the top?"
There's this central elevator and then many smaller elevators that go from certain levels to others.
But there's only elevators. There's no manual walkways, kind of ascending catwalks
Correct.
somewhere
They
that
were-
emergency crews might use.
They were deemed unnecessary.
Well, that seems like a safety hazard, but I guess that's par for the course here.
This ferry has wings. I don't do stairs.
Oh,
So,
could I use my drone as a propeller to take me a little faster up?
Ooh, I love it.
The drone can't really like carry you in that way. You're trying to get a jetpack out of a drone. This is really just climbing. If that's what you want to
Yeah.
do.
Can I give guidance to help Nix?
Sure. Make an acrobatics.
I'm gonna
acrobatics. We'll call that.
I'm gonna give guidance by providing light in my comm,
Okay.
and you have the climbing gear too, right?
Mhm.
Use that.
What is
To
that?
see signs of passage, I
can look at that.
With an 18,
What
there
climbing gear?
is a lot of signs of passage on
What
this
climbing gear
floor.
do we get?
You are seeing signs that
Regular.
there have been many people here. Many of them wearing kind of roughshod mechanics boots.
Mhm.
You get the sense that the cult of the Great Machine has been here before.
Okay.
People are looking for this mechanic. And you actually, with an 18, there are so many tracks here. People travel to this level at least pretty frequently. Beyond just humanoid tracks, you find paw prints. They're large. And of a creature, do you have any sort of like life science lore?
like nature.
Nature, yeah, if you have nature, make a nature check.
All right. That's much better. 22.
It seems wrong that a rat could grow to this size, but this appears to be the paw of a digited rodent like a rat. But for this to be a rat's paw print, they would need to be at least like 7 or 8 feet long.
Seeing that, people don't need to know that it's a rat, but I point out the paw print and I go, there are animals here. We gotta be, let's stay careful. And everyone, please, people died here. Let's be a little respectful.
the animal paw print does have the what appear to be the footprints of other people, though, right? Nearby. All right. Thermal vision turned up. No heat sources outside that generator. Apparently, there's an animal here too. What I meant to say earlier, by the way, Celia, is, I mean, you worked for this place like you were here, right? How would you most easily ascend this place?
The central elevator.
All right, and what about those service elevators, those smaller ones that you mentioned?
There's a few of them on different levels.
Mhm.
So if we get up to the second level, there should be one that goes to the third, and then another one that goes to the fifth floor. from either of those floors. There's additional express elevators, but she kind of like leans into the shaft. What was your athletics, sir?
Do you add any points to me, or is it?
Yeah, I give you a +1 guidance,
+1.
and I offer you the climbing gear if you want to use it.
Yeah, so 24 total.
24 total. Okay. So you look into this as kind of Celia peers in. You're looking at like Nick's just like climbing just sheer elevator shaft up to where there is just light kind of flowing through. And I'll get back to you in a second. But Celia says, as long as we can get past the blockage, we should be able to ride this up as far as the top floor. It goes all the way to the roof.
Damn.
If you were hiding, in this station, where would you hide?
I mean, where I would hide and where this engineer would hide might be in very different places, but if I were him, probably somewhere near the pump core or maybe in the barracks because there are supplies there.
The generator for the thermal heat.
I'm guessing that those are both above us.
Yes, those are on the 7th and 8th floors.
That's good news, I say, looking at all of the tracks around us.
All right.
Well, you're a big boy. You can protect us.
There was a elevator shaft from room 2, right? Did I mishear that? We saw the elevator shaft, but there was.
You can see beyond the elevator shaft. This is one of those elevators that has 2 sets of doors.
Sure.
The other set of doors almost certainly opens to another room, though with the elevator in the condition that it's in, they don't open immediately.
Okay.
But there should probably be another room beyond that.
Okay. Theo says it in his voice, but just for amount of words, David's not going to. Generators on, which means that there's power in some capacity. I would hope that the elevator kind of works, but I'm assuming if we attempt to turn on and move it, nothing goes, right?
Well, also it would be clunky, loud.
The elevator appears, you can see that there is a green light to go to the 2nd floor. You can certainly do that.
Okay.
No,
you
Nick's
probably
is
wanna wait
climbing.
until
Yeah,
Nick's
Nick's is climbing. You're gonna squish
Yeah.
her.
so that you don't squish it.
Yeah. No, I'm just because Nyx climbs up there and just drops us a rope and we're climbing up.
Yeah, I gave her the gear.
Yeah.
Well, you gave her gear.
I gave her gear, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you gave her gear.
Okay, yeah.
Because Theo would have. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll drop a rope if anybody wants to climb up. And
So, Nix, you get to this door, no problem. If you want, where the light kind of streams through, if you look out here, you are looking up into several stories that have been largely destroyed by whatever industrial accident occurred. Now, it is a maze of graded steel walkways that are suspended over darkness. You can just see catwalks that kind of slowly twist on ropes, just suspended by twisted steel cables, just barely hanging on. There's a few that are stable kind of on these concrete pillars that do look a little bit more sturdy, but you are looking at just like a maze of these sort of pieces of metal. There are bundled cables that have been kind of twisted up into big piles and things like that.
now that we're inside, can my drone do another thermal scan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Real quick for flavor, as Nyx is climbing up like the elevator, Monk is just gonna be like, "Oh, check out the little puppet show I'm doing," and I'm gonna make like this one's a bunny, this one's a rat.
And this one's a middle finger.
Nix's middle fingers from over the edge of this space. But Nix, are you throwing a rope for everybody else to climb?
Yeah, they want to, yeah.
So you throw the steel cable down. Are you all climbing?
Theo's gonna ask Cecilia in non-Starfinder terms, are you athletic enough to ascend?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, I guess so.
Thinking you should go last. I don't want you falling on me.
Fine.
Sagan becomes the anchor. All of you climb up one by one with Sagan in the lead.
Behind.
Nix, you are up first. Who goes up next?
Theo will head up.
Okay, Theo, you head up, and Celia follows right after you, kind of
I want to go
sticking with
immediately
you.
after Celia.
You follow behind Celia, so everybody except for Monk and Sagan now kind of up on the second
I
floor.
don't care whatever I go. I can go last.
All right, Monk,
Besides, before Sagan.
you go second to last, right before Sagan. Sagan, you bring up the rear.
Mm-hmm.
One by one, you make your way to this floor where you can see these kind of steel gantries. Sagan, as you are kind of maybe 20 feet from the edge, This is when you have your drone begin to kind of scan with thermal, and that's a 90-foot range.
Yeah.
So this drone kind of lets off a series of beeps, and these little lights go all over the space, and it chirps because it finds something.
Oh no.
In the darkness of the space, there is just this signature that just disappears. But the drone alerts and points up into this maze of
What do you mean it
walkways.
disappears?
It's as if it just runs out of there.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Do we
Interesting.
think it's rat or do we think it's Merrick?
Can my drone just like follow it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You have your drone just kind of follow it. It goes up these walkways into darkness. Below the drone, there are just twisted cables and broken walkways. And up near the top, you get to a place where there is this large, almost 15 feet wide bulkhead door that is currently sealed shut. This has on it floor 4. So getting up here, you can cross many different floors to get to the space. It is currently shut though, and it doesn't appear, there's no obvious way to open it. You can see a little key card reader off to the right side. There's a red light on it. But at the moment, it's shut.
Mm-hmm.
And as your drone kind of looks to the left, it kind of looks to the right, it scans again, and it finds 4 signatures. And as the signatures kind of drop onto this platform around your drone, before we roll into initiative, because it is 8:20, this is where we're going to stop for a quick break. I'm going to bring out a visual perspective that is hard to move, so I have to set it up a little bit. It's perfect timing. There will be a countdown on your screen, and we'll be back at the end of it.
Ah!
we are back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. If you did, if not, you're playing Starfinder and you're a part of it. And we are going to start off with probably something as close to the camera as it's ever been. Let's see if I can get this a little bit more on. Oh, perfect. There we go.
Oh,
Nice.
interesting.
So, this drone, probably close to, probably about 100 feet in the air, all the way up at this bulkhead, all the way up at the top of this space, now surrounded by these massive rat-like creatures. Huge, hairless rodents, elongated forelimbs, hooked claws, whip-like tail. As one lands directly in front of this drone, the tail itself just behind it, and it bounds. If everybody could roll for initiative.
Hell yeah. Oh, I gotta find out what the modifier is.
Change your music.
Perception. Okay, it's plus 7. It's plus 7. No, it's plus 5. Okay. 17 plus 7.
Anybody natural 20.
17 plus
30 to 25.
27 for Blau.
29?
What's 17 plus 7?
Nice. Jeez, I thought I was going to be going first. Oh.
25.
25.
No, it's not 24.
24, okay.
24 for Monk.
Yes.
Okay, anybody 25 to 20 aside from Monk?
I do.
24 for Monk.
I didn't want to go high.
20 to 15.
16.
18.
18 for Theo, and then 16 for Nix. And then, that's everybody. Sagan is going to be starting us off at 29.
Oh, that
followed
works
by
out good.
Volley at 27. Then these creatures are going to be going at 25. Then Monk, then Theo, and then at the very bottom, Nix and Fix. So Sagan, as these creatures drop and you hear this whip-like sound up in the darkness, what are you doing?
I finish my climb for, I guess, an action.
Okay.
And do I perceive these with dark vision, or does anyone...
What is your dark vision range?
I believe it's like 60 feet for full
With
vision.
60 feet, you do not. So you can see in the kind of dim bits of light that are coming from the drone and from the key card reader, just that one red light, maybe like dark shapes, but really not a whole lot.
Okay. So all I've heard is like a flop, and I don't know. Guys, what's the situation? What's going on?
Can my drone like flash on its headlights? Essentially?
Not yet. So
Okay.
you kind of like ask people what's going on. While that's happening, what else are you doing?
I'm going to, I guess, hold my action. I'm going to hold a bless spell.
Okay, very nice. So as you kind of ask, you look around and waiting for somebody to respond, almost subconsciously you begin to channel the elements of faith that you have access to. We'll get back to that. That is Sagan's turn. That brings us to Volley.
I would like to climb the ladder.
Okay. One action, climb this ladder. You get up to the top of this. All four of your hands carry you very athletically up this, and you leap the last couple of rungs, landing on the top of this platform.
Long jump. Second action.
Okay. I would say with your movement, you can make that jump for free. It should
Hell
just
yeah.
be like a 2-foot gap.
Oh, okay.
The
It looks like
ladder's
it's 10
nice.
feet. So then, third action. Does everything, third action perception check to make sure all of this is stable enough to
Make
stand
a
on.
perception check. Very smart.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Probably should have done it before she jumped, but nice. 27.
With a 27, you take a deep breath now up atop this, and as you do, up ahead, over top you, somewhere in the distance, you hear thump as a huge machine thuds down. And when that happens, little rocks rain down. You can see every platform aside from the one that the bulkhead is on just sways slightly. You imagine any area damage could almost certainly knock one of these platforms over.
Any area damage. So she'll yell down to Monk and be like, "Watch it with your area of effect spells." And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, make it almost to the top.
You get up to this next platform, and you can see below you most of the walkway has just collapsed. It is just on the floor. For you right now, you look down, and it's kind of dizzying. You're maybe 60 feet in the air. And ahead of you, there is another platform, but it is at least a 20-foot or 15-foot jump over to that space.
Okay.
But that is your turn, and overhead now, getting a little bit closer, you can see large, dark shapes clinging to the ceiling and beginning to make their way towards Fix.
Does Celia have initiative?
Thank you.
Good call.
Ah, that worked out so nicely. 14.
Hell yeah.
Last.
So that is your turn, Volley. That brings us to these creatures. So they begin to drop down around Fix. Let's see if this will balance. I don't think it actually will. Oh my gosh. And this one is also, you know what? They're surrounding him. We know that in our hearts.
Nervous?
But
Yeah.
I'm nervous it's going to fall.
If we fall, can we all yell Jing at the same time?
Yes, we can. So they all drop. And you can hear this as they hiss. These creatures are massive. All of them dwarfing the size of your small little drone. And each of them is going to lash out with a claw attack. That is going to be a 27.
Oh, this is a dope
That
song.
is a 25.
Ruh-roh.
And then much lower at a 20. I
Goodbye,
believe those all
familiar.
hit.
Those were against your AC.
Drones AC.
So your drone's AC, I don't know where that is.
It's probably on a separate sheet altogether.
Good question. Inventory. No. Yeah, I don't know.
Give me 1 second.
Are you on Hephaestus?
No, this is a
Ooh,
PDF.
dance too hard.
It
Scroll
should
down
be
all
all
the
the
way.
way down at the bottom
Yeah,
then.
scroll down all the way. Down.
You guys can dance at home
No.
if
No.
you're watching. We should make an instructional
if the
Tybo video.
TUI
for the
doesn't
stream.
show the.
So if you haven't done any kind of modifications to this drone, which I don't believe in our
No.
campaign you have so far, your drone's AC is going to be 18. So 2 of those shots hit.
Nice.
As they kind of claw out at this creature, the first one for Fix is going to deal 12 points of slashing damage, followed by an additional 25.
Whoa!
slashing
What the
damage.
fuck?
Wow.
My baby!
These claws shred. You can hear metal
25?
shriek sparks up as these creatures strike and strike into this creature. Is Fix still up? I believe he's down.
Do you know?
It's down, right?
Yeah. So they just tear Fix in half. There is just this shred. You can just hear this loud beep kind of echo into the darkness before the voice box just squelches as Fix is just shredded by these skitter moths.
Someone think of the children.
That is their turn. That is their actions. They kind of use that turn to just rip this thing apart. They are chewing and swallowing pieces of Fix. That is the skitter moths. That brings us to Mark.
We've done this radio before, though, don't we?
I'm gonna do what Val did and climb to get to here. How many movements is that, Joe?
So that is going to be to get where Vlal is.
Just to here.
Just to there is 1.
Okay, I want to get to here at 1. I want to assist my teammates by providing more light,
Okay.
and by doing that, I am going to get my comm with the flashlight out, and to make it brighter, you can put light through like an object.
Yeah.
That's like a clear light kind of thing. I'm gonna pull out my perfume Obsession by Britney Spears, but it's not called Britney Spears. It's called Britney Pierce.
Nice.
Pretty
And-
pairs.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'm gonna first I'm gonna spray it on myself just because I need a little refresh,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna shine it through to kind of like illuminate the area a little bit larger.
Okay.
And go ahead.
You take this perfume. This is occupying both of your hands to do this.
Sure, why
But
not?
you shine the light through, and for anybody who shined a light through, I mean, I remember when I used to work on the psych unit and the power went out, we would take big water jugs and put our flashlights through them to give the kids a little bit of light, and absolutely it works.
Yeah.
As you do this, it doesn't shine a huge beam, but it kind of releases this ambient light in a globe around you. It reflects off of the metal beneath you and in front of you, and the glow does not extend to these rats.
Yeah.
But were you to be standing where Volley is, the edges of them would be, and you would actually have them in dim light.
Okay, I am going to also just for the perfume. There's small little bits of glitter,
Okay.
and pieces of Britney Pierce, actual from the ash. Rest in peace.
Expensive perfume.
It was a limited edition.
Yeah,
I will go up there and I will. Ooh,
Bye.
I will go up
I'm
there.
just imagining also because people do that with like the ashes of saints and
Yeah.
stuff. That means that like truly somebody murdered Britney Spears. Anyway,
It's her actually clone number 5.
Leave Britney alone.
as you shout this light across the space, anything else you want?
That's it.
Okay, Thea.
First action is going to be to pull the rope up behind us and lay it down here so that no one can follow. Theo's going to look to Celia
My sister once.
and say, stick with me.
Do we have a mini for her?
Yes, it's there. No, we have a Celia man. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And she was sticking with me there for protection.
No,
Theo will
curious.
spend a movement action to pull up the rope, movement to kind of get right here.
Okay.
Right? Is that correct?
Yep, 2 actions.
And
Calvin Klein.
he would have to move out of the way for someone else to come up behind him, right?
I mean, they can share your space. They just can't end there, so like they can still move through you to get past you.
Okay. Since Monk ended his turn there, do I see like the shadow of one, or can I?
Right as you get up to the top, right as Monk gets there, you see Fix just like making that R2D2 noise right before he's just ripped in half. It's like ripped, but you see these huge hairless rats.
Okay. Theo will. If I could find it. I guess he's just gonna have to use. I guess he's just gonna use his get 'em feature. He can only use the one.
Action version.
Yeah, the one action version, so he can't shoot or anything. And he's just going to use it on whoever's the closest one up there, because there's 3 of them up there.
Yeah,
Or
all 4 of them are just around at this moment, so
Yeah.
easy enough to do. You point out. We'll say the white one is the one that's like right in front because it's the most distinct.
Sure.
You target this one and you shout, "Get him!" And for the rest of you across either the psychic channel or your communicators, there is this ping indicating this creature in particular.
Yep.
Anything else, Theo?
That's all I can do. That's all that is.
Alrighty. You join the group up in the midpoint of this room amongst the swaying walkways. That brings us to Nyx. Nyx, your drone is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'd like to do kill shot with my bone pistol.
Okay.
So explosive shot. Excuse me, explosive shot.
Okay.
So I roll which?
This is an attack roll with your bone pistol.
D20.
What are you attacking? No, like where?
Oh,
Who?
Girl, you're all the way down here. Do you have the range?
Do
Probably
I have
not.
range?
I
Alright,
think you
let's
can
get
make
closer.
shots at disadvantage, or not
Not
disadvantage.
disadvantage. It would be, I believe, at a -6
Yeah.
additional modifier.
Yeah, I remember that from the old one.
Yeah, let's move closer then, and I'll do it.
So one action gets you up to the top of this ladder.
Okay. If I do a second movement action, can the third be the shot?
Yeah.
Yep.
You won't be able to use explosive shot to do that, but you certainly can.
If I do explosive shot now, is it?
You're taking a shot, but you're taking a -4 conditional modifier.
Uh,
Unless the bone pistol has changed its range, but I believe it's
No.
60 feet as a range.
I'll just take the shot.
Okay.
You got
No
it.
problem.
Let's do it. Come
So,
on.
The way that you do
Woo.
this is you make an attack roll with the bone pistol. You add all the stuff that you would add normally. And then just subtract 4 from that roll.
-4. So if I do a nanite surge, it would be that's +2, so -2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do I add?
You're making an attack, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's 11.
Plus 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
-2.
Hell yeah.
Are you attacking the white one that has a +1 on it from me?
That's the closest
That's
one.
smart.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
So just going to be a -1, right?
Oh, that's so cool. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
So
teamwork.
D20 and the -1.
Love to see it.
Whoa, would have been a
What?
natural 20.
What?
But obviously
It's
19.
18.
19, still
19
pretty good.
minus 1.
19
Oh,
total.
no,
Wait, so you
rolled
rolled
it.
an
Oh,
No.
sorry.
What?
31, so minus 1 is 30.
So
With
she
the-
rolled a natural 20
Okay.
Yeah.
and got a 31 as the
When
total.
you roll a natural 20,
It's
that's
Yeah,
a pretty
whoa.
good
Oh, okay.
success.
That was the most calm natural 20 I've ever seen.
I
I
know.
was
Yeah,
like,
what the hell?
why is she
Like,
so
what?
calm?
A couple things happen all at once. First, roll your damage. Roll the dice that you normally roll. Whatever you roll on the dice, double that number. Then add your modifier.
1d4.
That's good.
no.
Oh, this is cinnamon, not cinnabon.
We got a.
Yeah, we
Three
need to.
credits
Yeah, we need to
for
write down like
Cinnamon.
what.
So you have a
this is.
bone pistol,
Cinnabon.
which was I think a D6.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, but just
go to.
cinnamon.
This one.
I want the crossover. Don't worry.
I'm going to.
Yep,
You
it's
have the,
1d6. So you roll the 1d6. You roll any other dice that you have associated with it. Some people get additional dice rolls, though I don't think
Nope.
you do.
So explosive shot doesn't do anything, right?
You
Doesn't
don't
have
use
damage.
explosive
It
Oh,
has-
okay. Oh, just
right.
regular. Just regular. Okay. Yeah.
That's 1.
1.
Double this 2.
2 points of damage. Okay.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? Every little bit counts. You fire from way outside your range. This should not, by any rights, be able to hit. You almost have to kind of arc at like a little bit of a parabola to get this shot. You fire at an angle, almost ballistically dropping this bone into this rat. Barely able to hit this, but you're just able to. You hear it snarl in the darkness, almost annoyed, as if bit by a fly. But it does draw its attention. It drops the piece of the drone from its mouth. Anything else? Next.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
That goes across this space. That brings us to Celia. So Celia is going to use one action to climb this ladder. And then... Damn. She's going to use 2 actions to make a running long jump. Give me 1 second.
Damn, girl.
And she's got to make a reflex saving throw.
Oh, damn, girl.
Okay, cool.
Man.
So, Celia runs, taking off, pushes straight past you, Theo, and then runs up, pushes past you, Monk, past you, Wally, runs up to the edge of this, and then just leaps, and you hear her foot skid as she gets maybe like 5 feet off the platform. And then just drops into the darkness, falling almost 20 feet before she slams her fists into this thing, and her climber's gear activates, just clinging her onto the stone. The stone itself crumbles for like 2 feet as she slides down this rock, but she is about halfway up that pillar.
She did that on purpose?
No,
Halfway up this pillar.
no, she
Oh, this
she
one?
whiffed the long
Okay.
jump.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
is
okay,
currently
perfect.
clinging onto the platform, just barely, but you see one arm up, one leg up. She is going to easily be able to pull herself up on now. She just missed the platform that she was in.
This platform?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what she was going for,
Damn.
and she fell just a little short.
We'll
With a-
move
with a
this
three.
over towards that.
Okay, that
She's
one.
like clinging to the stone itself.
Yeah.
So that is Celia's turn. She looks up and then again just starts climbing. But that brings us to Sagan.
Before my turn, it didn't matter before this. I'm just going to go ahead and let the bless spell like activate.
Okay.
And then on my turn, I'm going to sustain it. So I'm pulling out this ratty little piece of cloth. Hope it still works. Hylax, bless this mess. It
Nice.
emanates a little bit in the darkness, and there is a 15-foot radius bless thing that then, because I sustain it, increases to 25 feet. And then I'm just going to spend 2 movements, one to get up here and one to get here.
Very nice. And as you rise to the top of this, Nix, you weren't feeling great having kind of like hit that, but just barely done any damage, and you see your drone being destroyed. But as Sagan rises up over the top, it is like hope fills your heart again. This bless spell fills this space, and where you stay, Sagan, kind of still stays with all of you. That is your turn, Sagan.
That's my turn. Everyone within 25 feet of me gets a +1 status bonus to attack rolls.
That's sick. Vlala.
Sagan. I wish I had thought of this sooner. I'm wondering, we have these cables, even cables hanging from the ceiling. We have climbing kits. Could I make a, what are those called? Grappling hook?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we could make some kind of grappling hook and
You can hear these creatures like roaring up on the top. That's a possibility, but maybe not right this second.
I would say, yeah, you unload that fully automatic on them right there.
I care about Merrick. She yells out, Merrick, we have Celia!
You would know that they are standing in front of a bulkhead door. That's what Nick's got to, or that's what Fix got to. You got to a locked bulkhead door.
Oh, and that's where Merrick is?
We don't know, but there is a steel door right behind them, and 4 tangos.
What you are looking at right now is 4 stories of the tower. You are looking at 4 levels that have all kind of mostly collapsed,
Yeah.
but you are going up to floor 4. Where that wolf miniature is, that's one of the rats.
Yeah.
Behind that rat is a 15-foot wide bulkhead that is shut. And so you can call out, it will fill this space, but it won't go beyond.
Oh. But we don't even know Merrick's in there.
Correct?
It is a large steel door though.
Okay, Volley's also gonna do the run and jump to the next platform.
Okay, make an
Oh, wait,
athletics
one
or
more.
acrobatics check, your choice.
That's a good one.
Okay. Volley runs and jumps for a 26.
With a 26, Volley, you run and you jump and you leap straight over this gap. It is not for you to have to cling on to the edge. You land almost in like the middle of this platform. This is an easy jump.
Hell yeah, Valley.
Up here, now you can clearly see these massive rat-like creatures tearing Fix into pieces, swallowing parts of this android. You also see the bulkhead door behind this rat. And they turn their attention to you. Anything else, Volley?
How far away are they from me?
From you, they're probably about like 40 feet as the crow flies.
And they're hanging from the ceiling.
They are now on that platform, but if I put them on there, I'm afraid it will fall
Oh,
down.
I see.
That's
I
a
see,
good
I see.
idiom.
She'll shoot.
Make your attack roll. Are you
Uh,
shooting at the one that has been hit already?
You have a +1 to attack it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I used 2 movements to get across there. Oh, a natural 1.
A natural 1 is going to be a miss.
Yep.
So you fire this railgun off into this dark space. You can just barely see these creatures, and they're quick. They kind of hiss and move to the sides. You were unable to hit them. That is your turn, Volley?
Yes, it is.
All right, but you stand now on this platform, the closest person to these doors. That brings us to these creatures. They are going to... They're going to leap down.
Oh yeah, I'll use that. Oh, nice. Okay.
Do they have to make a reflex saving throw not to crash this
They
thing
do,
down?
actually. Not to crash this thing down, but to actually land there. And they won't be able to fit. Technically, they can fit on this side and this side. So let me just roll and see if we get them all there.
And I say they might jump down to that lower platform too.
Don't give him ideas.
I'm just saying, they see one of us who's in a state of
These creatures leap and they surround Volley. 4 of them. 2 on either side of you. The other 2 kind of cling their back haunches over the edge of the platform, but these claws dig, and you can hear the metal kind of twist under their strength. All 4 of them do take 2 actions to get down there, but that leaves them an action to attack.
Okay.
So they're all
And
down
so
there?
Volley, yes, they're all down there. Volley, they're going to all make claw attacks against you.
he didn't put them all there because
Yeah, because the balance
Yeah, I
is
know.
tough.
I can put one here.
I should have done more testing on the balance ahead. I got excited. And I
wanna
was
hit
like,
me
this is
that
going to
way?
be so cool. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, as
yeah,
I
that
was
one works
moving it
too.
around,
Either one.
I don't know if this is going to work. So Volley, does a 21 hit?
Shields. So no.
Okay. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
So then 3 of them hit.
Okay.
As these claw at you, Volley, the first one is going to deal 14 points of slashing damage. The second one is going to deal 15 points of slashing damage. And the third one is going to deal a mere 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
So these creatures just hiss and start grabbing at you with these long teeth that hook and curl. They go through your armor. They begin to try to rip away bits of your armor and gear, trying to get at the flesh that is underneath. Your 4 arms all occupied, each one trying to push a different route away. They are closing in. That is all that they can do on their turn. That brings us to Monk.
I'm going to use all 3 actions to cast Force Barrage. If you do all 3 actions, it gives me an additional shard. How does it hold on. Deals 1d4 damage for each additional action.
It's magic missile.
Yeah, so each additional action gives me one more.
So roll damage.
D4. So it is. I need some. Some people give me some D4s.
I gotta get you some D4s.
I know.
I literally have. I got you new
I need
dice.
to like organize it how I do with bubbles.
There's
Why
like,
are you
D4s
using
are the
dice?
toughest one. I hate D4s.
How Hannah does it with colors is actually the best
I
way.
agree, I
Yeah, I had to do that because that actually helped me.
Yeah.
1, 3, and then one more. 4, so 8.
8 total.
Plus
These-
1, 9.
It's +1 for each shard.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
so
So
9,
that's,
10, 11.
11. That deals a good amount of damage to this creature, and as you fire these things, these are tiny little motes of arcane energy, and they do not deal area damage. These things strike straight in like little projectiles of force,
Yeah.
and it penetrates almost like a shotgun blast into this creature. You can hear it just hiss. It turns its attention away from Vlali. One of the others does as well. You've split their attention now. Anything else, Monk?
Monk is just gonna just yell, "It's Brittany, bitch!"
That is your turn.
Yeah.
The perfume just wafting off of you in this moment. That brings us to Thea.
Question on the situation up there.
Thea, you watch as nobody listens to you, and you watch as they all get their just reward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
Told Celia to just like wait and hide
Stay
behind them.
here.
She just ran straight in.
Fucking falls her ass down there, but
Oh,
it's all right.
yeah.
Hey, he's you got
I
a
mean,
quarterback.
technically, I'm standing right next to you, so did I listen to you?
Theo might give you a thing to do right now. What is the situation up there? Lolly's surrounded, but not in a cross. She's surrounded 2 and 2 on each side because of the width of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And not Monk. Sagan is there.
Mhm.
We've established that this thing is not stable.
Correct.
Is it right to surmise that an explosive placed here would crumble and
Oh,
let
God.
them fall?
Almost certainly.
Thank you.
Even the mention of it.
Yeah.
Where is Celia? Is she's grasping on
She
this
is
other
clinging
platform?
on the part that is facing me, so like right on the surface there, right on the corner, like clinging onto this concrete.
Okay. Oh, this is a horrible idea.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Kill me. Kill her.
No, don't kill it. No.
No.
I would be
Theo
sad.
is gonna
I
say.
would be sad.
Theo is gonna say, Celia, take your climbing gear and latch it. Find somewhere to like, you know what I mean, like secure yourself.
Mhm.
Then he's gonna say, Vlali, get ready to run because she does have an opening to run outside and run into Sagan. Right? He's then gonna tell Nyx, get your explosive shot ready. Get the support beam there. Detonate it there so that the rest of them fall and crumble. If she's locked in and latches herself, she should be fine.
Goddamn.
It's a lot of shoulds.
That's a
All
lot
right.
of shoulds.
Theo, you issue this plan across
Hell yeah,
both
let's
the
do it.
psychic communicator and the sort of other methods that you have at your disposal, maybe talking to Nyx who's right next to you. What else are you doing on your turn?
There isn't really anything he can do outside of.
Get closer.
No, definitely don't want to get closer to that.
Okay.
2 action, get him, so that I can take an attack, and I'd also like to what's the thing? Not where you're making intimidate action, but like a deception. You know what I'm talking about? Like the action.
Create a diversion?
Create a diversion.
Nice.
Is there any way? So usually you create a diversion to like give yourself like the hidden aspect. Could I do the opposite and pull attention away from Vlali?
Oh, like a performance check.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still feel like that's a diversion. You're just making
absolutely.
yourself
I
a
would say you
diversion.
can certainly do that, and then you're making the person to become hidden flaw. You're trying to pull attention away from her.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's-
certainly.
So the 2 action get them to whoever the closest one. We can just say the white one again. A 2 action get them, so a +1 to attack that.
So make your attack roll first, then, and then we'll do the creative diversion.
That's going to be a 15 plus 12, 27.
That is going to be a hit.
Attack with the skip shot. Oh. I was using the wrong dice for that.
I rolled d12s. And I
Where
should roll
is
d20s.
where is Theo on here?
He's right there.
I'm in the coat.
Oh, okay, that's your new mini.
Four piercing damage with the skip shot to the white one.
Okay.
It now has a +1. And
Oh,
then the creative diversion one.
This creature is looking rough. With that shot, it like hits it right in the haunches. You can see the whole creature kind of folds, almost sliding off this platform. It's in rough shape, but it's still alive.
Okay. And I guess this is a deception check. 24.
24 is pretty good.
Hell yeah.
It's against their perception DC, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. With a 24, you create this diversion. What does this look like?
Theo annoyed that, like, essentially the children have gotten out of the... My bad, not the children. The inmates are now running the asylum, and he's got to fucking, like, get order again. He just, god damn it. And then he starts calling out these commands, and then at the end, he gives one last shot and just says, honestly, fucking, hey, fuck faces, look at me. And he just shoots, and the projection of his voice and the annoyance is enough for all of them to just kind of give like a...
Absolutely. All of a sudden, all four of these creatures just turn and look directly at Theo for just a second.
This is my
Volley,
nickname in college.
you kind of have this window where their attention is off of you. Anything else, Theo?
That's it.
Alrighty. That brings us to next.
Yeah, so I'll, as my first action, do exactly what the told me to do. Explosive shot.
Okay?
Hell yeah.
Hold it for Wally to get off.
What?
So you could hold it as an action. You could
Getting
say,
Volley
I'm
off.
going to wait to do that until Volley jumps free.
The opening is going to allow Wally...
Oh, so once she moves on
Your
her
shot
turn,
comes off.
it'll come up. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Well,
That's the second round, though.
Her, and
can
then
do that.
Celia,
Okay.
and then you. That's the turn order that's going right now.
so
So
once
then once
Well,
you go,
your first action.
Yeah, you'll be able to get out. Celia gets her chance to secure herself, and then the explosive shot goes off.
So I'll roll then.
so
okay.
that's going to be 2 actions. You still have 1 action to use before you start holding your turn if you want.
Do
So
you
if
wanna
you want to
move forward
move, anything
to-
like that, you can.
Yeah, if you want to move forward to like get a better shot.
Yeah, sure.
So you kind of move past Theo, you hear what Theo says, so you run up to the top of this platform so that you are there's nothing between you and the structure. You take some time to draw a perfect bead, you watch Celia, you watch Wally. We'll come back to you for that
As I
attack.
pass Sagan, I go.
Okay,
Nice.
Hey,
that
bud.
brings us to Celia. So Celia hears you shout this out, kind of nods. She takes part of her gear and then just throws this magnet on the line over and it clangs onto the structure. She wraps around her arm, around her other arm, and she turns and nods to you. As soon as this crumbles, she can kick free and presumably just swing away from the destruction.
Damn.
She's gonna have to choose a new place to land probably, but there's plenty of options. That's a next round problem. That is Celia. She will hold her action to. Actually, there's no reason to hold her action.
Yeah, no, she
She
can
just
just secure
swings
herself.
over to that side and clings on. No problem. She does not have a climb speed, but she will climb just 5 feet using the rest of her movement to get up to that space. So slowly climbing towards where Monk, where
The rest of the crew.
the rest of the crew is kind of standing
Yes.
up there.
Not there yet.
No, she swung over and
Yeah, she's still climbing up
Okay,
the
great.
post.
We'll leave her on that.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the top of the round to you, Sagan.
Lolly, I imagine you are looking hurt.
Yes,
I'm going to
very much so.
channel the maximum amount of vitality I can give you, which is 8 points of
Hell yeah.
vitality.
Woo!
You're going to feel. Have you been healed by me before? I don't think you- not like
No,
quite
not
a
like
feeling.
not this intimately. You've
Okay.
done like
So,
mass healing.
I like you feel these weird like tendrils like start reaching into your wounds almost, and
Ugh.
start rearranging things. It's kind
I
of
don't like being touched.
if you've ever felt like your like veins flip over your tendons.
Yes,
It is like
I
that on a
hate
it is
that.
like that on a massive scale. As your wounds stitch up, it's painless, but it's just
Oh, that
weird.
happens in my hip, and I hate it,
Oh my
hate it. It
God.
makes that
And-
like, it makes a noise, and it's so unsettling.
And as this happens, you get covered by darkness, a magical darkness, and you are you can spend an action to hide, and you I think get concealment. I'll double check that.
And as he casts this, his hand turns blue. His
Yeah,
fingertips
it
are
turns blue.
And-
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's one action. Another action. I don't think that. For another action, I'll sustain my bless spell, and I don't think there's anything else I can really do. Yeah, that'll be it.
No problem. That is the end of your turn. That brings us to Vlad. Vlad, you get a little bit of healing of darkness just around you. What are you doing now?
I'm going to run and jump onto the platform.
So that will provoke attacks of opportunity. I believe you do get concealment, which does mean that there's a chance that
I
they
should have
miss.
asked. I should have asked if you needed additional healing on top of that.
Yes, is the answer.
Okay, then instead of sustaining that, I'm just going to cast Cure. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna cast Cure. Actually, I can just cast it at a first level spell because I can reach through the mind and
Hell
tell you
yeah.
again. So yeah, it's just
It's deeply intimate.
yeah. It's at a range, it's at a range of touch, but through the group link thing, I can.
What
I
did
mean,
you do?
things-
Did you fart?
In a lot of ways, this is just reaching out for this mind connection and just touching Volley's mind directly.
Mhm.
I'm pumping this.
Sweet.
If you don't like being touched, it's even worse because when you're physically touched, you can brush a hand away. You feel your veins and tendons just begin to rearrange themselves on the
Get out of my body.
Hold on, I've almost got it. You get. Let me just double check. There's not a plus on this because otherwise it's just a 1.
It's tough. All of that feeling of veins rearranging your.
You're not even.
tendons
She just
snapping
rejects
tight,
it
and
so
barely
hard.
heals you.
2.
Very
Hey,
nice.
better than one.
So, are you still running and jumping clear?
Sergen, after this, I'm going to have you make me a grappling gun because I'm tired of having to jump everywhere.
Sure.
So, this is 2 attack rolls.
Ooh.
No, I wanna do some things before I run and jump.
Okay.
I wanna use shove one off the ledge.
Ooh,
Okay.
let's go.
I didn't think about this. That's phenomenal.
I know it's a thing that you do.
A push
Yeah,
action.
Completing
Yeah, here we
athletics
go,
checks
shove.
unless you have something
Yeah, no.
special for it. So,
First one, shove.
this is a big, strong creature.
Okay.
It is a 19.
Good thing I've got. Wait. What do you mean a 19?
So the
Oh,
the
its
number to
roll
beat
is a 19?
yes.
Oh. Okay. Easy.
Nice.
27.
This creature is massive, but as you kind of see the darkness close over you, it almost startles them. And as they pull away just a little bit, you take 2 of your arms and just shove as hard as you can. This creature scrabbles against the metal, but you push it free, and you just hear this whoa, as it just falls down. Vlali, this is a solid 50-foot drop. So this creature just plummets down, and you hear it just slam into the metal, almost just crushing this creature. It is dead.
She doesn't even listen to the howling as she turns around and shoves another one off.
Okay, much better. This is going to be a 29.
Damn.
I would like to.
Oh!
Come on, baby. Oh, 23.
With a 23, not quite strong enough. When that one falls off, the other one just fills its space, much more space for it to secure its limbs, and you cannot move. It's huge.
Alright, now I'm gonna have to take opportunity attacks from just 3.
So make an acrobatics or athletics check to just leap across this distance.
21 to get across.
21 to get across, no problem. You leap the space. In your wake, does a 16 hit?
Nope.
19?
Nope.
22.
Shield. No.
Nice,
And so with your
girl.
last kind of bit of motion, you pull your arm behind you and you shield. These rats just ricocheting off you, their heads bouncing off. Spittle just flying across the space, but you land safe amongst your friends. All three of these creatures just kind of turn, hissing at you. You can see them bunching up, ready to jump as well. But that is your turn, Lolly.
What about
Yes.
Now that Lolly's jumped.
Yeah.
Now
then
that you have
resolve
leapt
your turn.
free, now that Celia has clung to this other pillar, go ahead and make your attack roll next.
Let's go.
D20. No. Oh, you got one. Yeah, she's using hers.
This is a dope song, Joe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, oh, you're gonna take that. Okay. Damn, I kind of want to.
Keep it. Alright, so what do I add? Just this.
Yep, whatever is for
So
your weapon.
18 total?
18 is a hit. This is
Hey!
It's not an armored kind of thing.
Mhm.
So roll damage for this.
So that's a D4.
And what kind of damage is this?
D6
D6.
plus 1 explosive, right?
Yeah.
Plus 1
2.
splash.
I think it was 2. Oh, plus 1. So plus 1.
So explosive shot was here. An explosive shot, non-area weapon. Does 1 splash damage per weapon damage dice.
So it's just one damage dice, so it's just plus 1. But if you were to use a different weapon that rolled multiple dice, you could get multiple bonuses. So it's just something to think about when you're shopping for weapons.
Oh. Can okay, damn.
2.
With a 2, you imagine 2 points of damage not quite enough. And in fact, it deals no damage. It does not cross the damage threshold of the structure. But a very cool idea. There is this shot, it just hits at an angle and ricochets off the concrete, and then there is an explosion off the wall of the structure.
Oh my god.
What other weapons do you
What the hell was that?
That's it. It's what Monk had given me a while back.
But that's the only weapon you have? Is
Yeah,
just
That is
Uh,
your held action at the end of Lolly's turn. That brings us to these creatures.
No!
Such a good idea.
We were like so close.
They don't have a lot of movement to get there, though, do they?
We don't have a lot of space.
Yeah.
That is the bigger founding factor.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do with these guys is we're going to have one of them try to leap over Sagan to try to land in the available space. This is the first one, and maybe all of them will do it as they plummet to their deaths.
This will be very
I would say, yeah, this still puts them in a bad position.
So, okay, we're making a reflex save here. Okay, that sucks. So one of them leaps just off the space, and as they do, a tiny bit of metal crumbles away, the only space where the Cestus pistol just dug a tiny little gouge in the metal, and they miss their jump. They fall, and you see they hit their chin on the next platform down, and then spiral backwards as they fail their reflex save, and then they hit the ground 50 feet below. They're at full health, and so they may survive. Give me just one moment. That is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is going to be 13 points of damage. There is a crunch as this creature falls 50 feet to the floor below. As their chin hits the metal, that actually takes a lot of momentum off, probably where the initial damage comes from, and they land kind of limping on the ground. Still up. That is the first one. The second one watches that and kind of hesitates, but they also take a jump. They are going to land behind Sagan with that action. And then the final one, seeing all of this, is going to leap for about 10 feet below all of you. They are going to land, grabbing onto this post, and with their claws, they shred metal and slide, using their climb speed to move all the way down to where Cilia is. That does take both of their actions, and so they stop their turn directly over Cilia. They turn their positions, both claws holding this post, their rear claws holding almost like a gorilla onto this post. Their whip tail comes flying around, ready to hit Cilia, but they are clinging onto the structure upside down and vertical.
Oh, he's upside.
And vertical, yeah, looking down at
okay.
Cilia.
Okay.
They do have climb speeds.
Oh.
The one that did make the jump has one action left. They turn, seeing the array of people in front of them. They attack the gigantic one. Sagan, you take the attack. That is going to be a 31 hit.
That hits.
These claws dig deep into your softly armored body for a total of 17 points of slashing damage. Just a huge, hooked, almost bear-like claws tear through your torso. But that is all of the Skittermons. That brings us to you, Monk. This creature, huge, lands in front of you. The whole platform sways as they do so.
I'm going to cast Injury Echo, and I'm going to bring back a reality that possibly exists for this rat. And in this reality, it's going to be a fine dining table, a fine dining establishment with a nice charcuterie board of cheese and various butters and things. And then all of a sudden, on the small end of the table, it says Acme. And then it's a trap, and it slams right on him.
Okay. So, that is what kind of a save?
That's a will DC 20 save.
That's not going to be good.
Oh, well.
So, how much damage is that? Or that is...
Oh, it hits?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes.
It is 2d8.
Go ahead and roll damage. And you're doing this to the one that's already hurt?
Yeah, sure, the one in front of me.
Okay.
That's a 2. That's a 2 again. So 4. Okay. And if someone wants to do, I'm going to say, what is a mousetrap? That's a bludgeoning?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if someone does another bludgeoning of damage to them, they get a bleed effect of 2d4 each turn.
So this just slams shut on this creature, almost
I'd rather mention that for injury echo.
And as it crushes down, it just dissipates into nothing.
Nice.
But it does a good amount of damage. You see this creature wobbled, already taking these kind of projections of force. It's looking pretty rough.
The one-time Acme product works.
Anything else, Monk?
That's it.
Alrighty, that brings us to Theo. Theo, from down here, up on the top of the space, you see rats leaping into the darkness below. You see one land amongst your party and attack, and then one land on the platform and begin to skitter towards Celia. What are you doing?
Theo finishes eating the snack that he got from the firehouse, and 2 action get him towards the guy that's up there with the group first.
Nice. Make your attack roll.
Pretty sure that's not going to hit. I'm going to say flip it, and I'm going to go ahead and use this.
There we go. All the hero points back.
That one I'm pretty sure is going to hit. 26.
That is a hit.
Okay. And I'm using the skip shot.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Pretty damage. Not as bad as the one that is attacking Celia.
Come on, come on.
That's 6.
Damage.
6 piercing.
6 points of piercing damage. Does the full amount. This slams into this creature, the skip shot. And for you, Monk, having already kind of damaged them, you look as they turn to attack you after being snapped shut. All of a sudden, this shot just hits it hard in the flank, and it is almost tossed over Sagan. But this creature grabs onto the platform. It holds tight. The whole platform rocks, but it is still up.
Get it away!
Damn. I'm going to then, I guess, with my 3rd action, I'm just going to try to shoot it again.
You can attack it. It looks hurt.
19 on that.
Hell yeah! Woo!
Nice.
Yeah. 5 piercing.
It had 5 points of health.
Oh, let's go,
So you
Theo!
fire the skip shot a second time. As you hit it in the flank, the first time it rebounds, kind of turning back to you, Monk. This creature opens its mouth. You see this long rows of jagged rodent teeth. And then the second shot slams into its head. The whole head just jerks to the side, and this rat over the edge, just twisting down to darkness. You can pull that one right off the board.
Me.
And as the end of the turn, for my reaction, I'm going to use change of plans to switch my target for get him. Since I killed the first target
Nice.
to the guy that's our last target, or for right now, that's nearest Celia.
This creature climbing vertically upside down towards Celia. Suddenly, the attention shifted to them. This is the most dangerous creature in the immediate vicinity. Anything else, Thea?
That's it.
That brings us to Vince.
Okay. Can I use Desperate Repair on my drone?
Ooh.
You are not, the pieces are around this room right now. Some of them are on the ground inside the raft, some are up there. The bulk of Fix you can see kind of shredded up on the top. So you probably want to reach him first, but you will be able to fix it.
I want to. You're suggesting I go to him now?
I mean, if you want to
Have to
repair
get
him now, you
there.
have to get to him.
So we've got 2 left?
Just one.
Well,
Well, one.
One
There's
of them-
one at the bottom of the shaft that's really fucked up, but there's one that's pretty okay. That's right near Celia.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll do another.
Pretty okay is a strong turn. It's not looking good.
Oh, okay.
It's taking a lot of damage.
Do
from
another
Satan.
explosive shot.
Hell yeah.
That this is like that's a potentially unstable platform. Maybe not just not
Wait, for
explosive.
Celia, you mean?
Yeah, where this guy is, they're both hanging
You
on.
all
to
are
this.
standing on an unstable platform. This thing is on one of the.
Oh,
lower
it's
variables.
not. It's
And you
separate.
guys have
Okay.
felt it
Yeah.
wobbling with every movement
Yeah.
and stuff, so probably you want to be mindful.
A regular single shot with the pistol.
Yeah,
This
Okay.
should be good.
unload.
Honestly, yeah, unloading wouldn't be a bad idea.
Cool. I'll do that.
Make your first attack roll. You kind of kneel down on the edge of this platform to stabilize yourself. Brace with two hands and shoot.
First is in that one.
So,
That is a miss.
but
No.
plus 11? No.
No,
Just
a
in that
natural one is always a miss.
Okay, so
And in fact, as you do that, Celia has to twist her body, letting go of one of the grapples, kind of over the edge as you almost hit her. With a reflex save, she doesn't take any damage, but just one hand grabbing onto this space, her whole body dangling below. You can hear her just say, "Watch it!" But taking another shot?
Yeah.
Make another attack roll.
better.
13
So, wait.
plus 7.
Oh.
So this is going to be a 13.
13 is a miss.
Oh.
Shooting down into the darkness. You have one attack left.
This one's this. Oh, I love how you threw it.
14. That is
Overhand.
a 17.
17 is a miss as well.
Ah.
So
Damn it.
shooting,
Wait.
unloading,
Oh, because each time.
Yeah.
unloading into the space. The more shots you take, the harder it is because
Okay.
you're kind of thinking about recoil. But you shoot into darkness. Certainly, this is suppressing fire, if nothing else. That brings us to Celia.
She might be able to kill it.
With one hand kind of twisted free, she has no weapons.
She's no
Oh my
weapons.
God.
No, she has a climbing gear. She has some tools. She is a doctor.
Couldn't
and
she throw a
not
grapple
like
at
Dr.
him?
Dre. What was that?
Dr. Dre.
Oh my god.
Maybe, but what she's going to do is she is going to re-secure her handhold, and then she's going to
Dr. Dre would
use
have a weapon now.
one action to guarded step, and the second action and the third action to climb. So she's going to be able to climb a total of 30 feet, which gets her up to the top of this thing.
Nice.
She's going to swing her leg over top, and finally, breathing incredibly hard, is going to shout out, "Watch where you're shooting!" She turns over and begins to get up, sweating, kind of injured from the first kind of rodent attack. Celia is back to safety on the platform. That brings us to the top of the round, Sid.
I am going to look down at this thing, and there is just so much darkness around it. I don't even have to snap. The shadows just roil around it.
Ooh.
It's being targeted by some magical effects that will resolve probably on its turn.
What was your highest roll? 17, right? Would an 18 have hit?
No.
Okay.
So, no problem. The darkness seems to almost intensify around this creature. That is your turn, Sagan.
Does anyone need healing besides me?
Me!
All right. You again get 8 points of healing.
Ah!
You feel the
Stop touching me, you fucking weird tentacle. Blech! How much? 8?
get 8 points of healing.
Slowly but surely coming back.
Anything else, Sagan?
That's it.
That brings us to you, Vlad.
What do the pros do it? Aims her gun down. I'm here, says
Mhm.
Cinema Roll.
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon. All of these are.
And you make your attack roll. You kind of look over the edge. You can see Nyx is just mag dumping into the darkness.
Blolly's about to do that too. No, she's not. That's
Oh!
gonna be 34.
That is-
Girl, get it.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage on that.
I wish my damage was higher. But it is what it is.
Same.
Nice.
You know what they say, build a
9
better
points of
mousetrap.
damage.
Well, Tell us how.
Oh!
She goes, watch how the pros do it, like, only with one hand, leaning over the edge. She goes, ka-ching!
And this rail just straight across this space. It strikes this creature, ripping the body straight off the post and just down into darkness. You can hear the boing of this rail just going taut in the ground. And this last skitterama, you can hear it. You see the ears go down, the tail tucks under its leg, and this creature begins to just limp away desperately into the shadows. And you're all out of initiative. Change your music.
Theo's gonna walk up,
Okay, now up there.
gonna pat Nix on the back and say, "We're gonna get you a new weapon when we get out of here."
Yeah. Can I like look around me and just pick up any of the scraps of metal I find on the floor?
You absolutely can. Yeah, you can just start picking up pieces of like broken metal and debris. It's easy. Is there anything in particular you're trying to like do with that?
I'm gonna rebuild my drone.
So you're gathering scrap to use to rebuild your drone. No problem.
I'm going around making sure everyone's healed up. Yeah. And
For
I'm sure,
how much, though? I mean,
I can use. I can sit there and focus and regain my vitality pool. So it can take a few minutes, but
is it like how many?
I can heal her
minutes?
if you want to, if you don't want
I mean,
to. Spell slots.
it doesn't take resources. It just takes time. Like it takes about a minute for me to refocus and get all of my vitality pool back.
Either way.
26 points, and then you can dump that into people.
Okay, if you give me 26, I can be back to full.
Okay, done.
Okay.
So we taking a little 20-er?
20? Or how long are we talking?
It's like however long it takes to regain a focus spell. So
Is that an hour?
Damn, we can regain focus spells?
it's like a short period. I think they said like 10 minutes of concentration.
So
or something.
short rest, sort of.
Yeah. So
You
that's
perform
what.
the refocus activity, which is 10 minutes of meditating.
Okay.
I don't think I have.
So that's what Sagan would do unless people are like, we gotta go, we gotta move.
If you don't have a focus pool, you can't do that.
I do.
Okay, then we probably might be.
I can.
Nice.
Does it look like we can stand up here for 10 minutes?
Yes. Is it the safest place to stand for 10 minutes? Probably not.
Especially because we're all on the same.
Now, that being said, when you look down, there are like nooks and crannies, debris everywhere.
Sure.
And so with that rat kind of disappearing into the shadows, maybe it is actually safer to be up here where you have kind of control of your sight lines. There are pros and cons.
If we wait, you want to wait the time? I'm down.
It's
I
up to
would
other
like to
people.
be healed. I would.
Okay.
We could also climb to one place just outside the bulkhead, which I mean, if it looks a little bit more
I mean, I was
stable.
planning.
That is the
Okay.
most stable.
I'm gonna
structure.
also do what he did and refocus.
Okay.
And that way I can use my focus pool point to summon a warp terrain object that costs a focus pool point
Yep.
that actually summons a piece of terrain.
Yeah.
And I'll summon I can only do 15 feet, so just a 15-foot ladder or
Okay.
a 15 piece of like something metal or something.
And so where are you putting it?
What do you think, gang? Where can we put it?
What's the distance between that area and this area right here?
35 feet.
Does Theo think that he can take his climbing gear and successfully, if you can get a 15-foot piece of rebar sticking out from there,
Yeah.
you can hook it up with the rope of the climbing gear, shimmy over there, maneuver up there, just climbing, and then have the rope down to y'all.
Sounds good. Monk is going to just like kind of like go like this. And he's like searching. He's like going, no, and he's looking for realities in which there is a 15-foot rebar right there. No, that one's too. Oh no, I don't like the color of that one. Oh, that one, yes.
And as you pick this reality, suddenly for all of you, almost like in Doctor Who, how you see the TARDIS kind of like fading into reality, you see this piece of rebar just kind of become more real and then less, and then more real and then less, and then suddenly little bits of rust as it just is fused to this platform.
And it's a nice color,
It is a beautiful shade of
rust.
rust.
Well, it's realistic. He wanted to make it aesthetically nice.
Oh, is this the limited edition Russ?
Yeah. Benjamin Moore, limited edition.
Theo's he's gonna walk up to this
What
area,
is that?
and
California
when he
pain?
passes Celia as he's getting ready to do this, were you honestly going to charge him there with no weapon?
I wasn't really thinking.
Theo like throws the rope from the climbing kit and kind of scoots your hand down and says, "You need to change that. This is fucking dangerous." And he's going to, with the grappling kit now, with the little thing that you used, like this thing right here that I have on my...
Carabiner?
Yeah, the carabiner. He's going to pull the rope through so that it's kind of secure up there, kind of like yeah. And he's going to swing over here because he kind of grabs the pillar. He's going to kind of swing the rope so that it gets closer to where the rebar is coming out of the pillar.
Oh, cool.
Climb up, ascend. When he gets to the top, he can like unhook the carabiner now that it's close to him, and then he's gonna throw it back down to the rest of the group.
I would say, especially as people are kind of resting and stuff, it takes you a little bit of time, but to do it slowly, especially,
That's right.
no checks required. Especially with this piece of rebar secured and with the gear that you have.
Mm-hmm.
This is a simple process of occasionally, like when you throw it the first time, you might miss, but just getting it to the right space maybe takes you a couple tries, and then eventually you have this secure line to this top space. Are you the first person to go up to that?
100% Theo's the first up.
Monk's just gonna notice how he said that to Celia and just notice the leader aspect of Theo when he says that.
Absolutely, and Celia listens. You can see she kind of nods. She doesn't say anything in response, but she seems to be taking this time to really kind of steel herself, to breathe, and to kind of calm down. And you see Theo just make their way to the top of this platform after creating a sort of rope pulley that will go down to the rebar piece that you have created. For all of you now, this is a simple task to get up here.
Nice.
You can mark off that short rest for those of you who want to. Use your focus to get that focus point back. Sagan.
Focus point back, focus point gone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm the next one immediately excited to go up to my baby.
And when you get up there, next Fix is in ruin, just tatters. Worse than general, but you know that you have both the skills and the pieces to put Fix back together. It's probably going to take you about an hour to do. You said you have quick Fix. That could bring Fix back up. They will not be in the best shape. And so another hit will put them down again, but you can certainly try that. Yeah. Make a this is a crafting check.
It's desperate repair. Okay, crafting.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back,
Can
baby
I-
back, baby back. I want
I'll
baby
cast
back, baby back,
guidance on
baby
you.
back.
What's that? +1?
And just be standing over there. Oh, here's your wrench. Here's a screwdriver.
So 14 plus.
19,
19.
Okay.
is
So 33.
33, 34.
Hell yeah!
So you, not only is this just the sort of abilities that you have as a mechanic, but this is really you and your connection with this drone. You've done this a million times before, and this is one part mechanisms, but for you, Sagan, as you watch this, you are at least a little bit comfortable with machines. You've been around them quite often. When Nyx repairs Fix, it is as much belief as it is actual engineering. And when Fix's lights turn on, the wiring doesn't make sense. The power source isn't really connected correctly. It should be shorting, but it works, at least for now. Fix comes back with a single hit point remaining and is not damaged or destroyed.
It does say though with that it's my intelligence. It's gains temporary hit points equal to your level plus your intelligence modifier.
Ooh.
Very nice. So what is your intelligence modifier?
So 5 plus 6.
Go up into 4.
So 9
Nice.
total.
Nice.
You bring Fix back looking pretty good. It's entirely new from the waist down. Just like scrap metal and bits of salvage. You actually have to take like panels of what looks like maybe there was like a lift that went from one level of these catwalks to the other, almost like a cherry picker. You take the buttons off of that and that becomes the spine of Fix. It looks different, but you have Fix back. And you are all now outside of this bulkhead.
Monks feels a little jealous of the love that Peg's got.
It's a lot of love.
Celia, adventuring's not for a week.
What'd you say?
Celia, adventuring's not for the weak.
Venturing?
Adventure.
Oh.
Theo will look to Celia and kind of tap on the bulkhead and says, "How do we get through it?"
She reaches into her pocket and she pulls out her key card.
Oh.
And she turns to you, Lolly, and she says, I know I'm not like all of you, but I know this place better than anyone. You need me too.
Yeah.
She taps this card and the bulkhead.
Before she gets through, I put a hand on her shoulder just to make sure she doesn't get ahead of us.
No problem.
Smart.
The door opens with a reluctant groan. There's a humid wave of stale air that washes over you. You can see in front of all of you a vast processing floor, broken into a dozen concrete basins filled with liquids of every imaginable color. Some of them glow enough to shed bright light in the immediate 5-foot vicinity. Some of them just dim light 15 feet out. There is some that are green, some a sickly shade of turquoise beneath the darkness. Some of them bubble, some of them are motionless, some of them seem almost as still as mirrors. But this is a huge chemical processing sort of facility. You can see a massive water wheel-like structure sits motionless against the left side of the space, rising nearly 50 feet to the ceiling. You can see maintenance walkways that crisscross the pools, many of them broken or partially submerged. There is massive filtration tanks that line the walls. Their indicator lights are dark after decades without proper maintenance, or years without proper maintenance. Across the chamber, 50 feet away, across all these basins and walkways, there is about 25 feet up a reinforced blast floor, and above it, faded signs that read filtration control access. Above that, these almost 30 feet ladders go to a platform all the way at the far end of the space, where a huge bulkhead sits that likely leads to the 5th floor.
Okay.
Wait, another one. How many more of these are there?
Celia looks at you and says, past the filtration levels, there is the pump core itself. There will be another level much like this with huge machines, fewer walkways. It still works. I can't imagine that the rats would make their homes there. And up above, you hear this huge thud that just rattles the whole place. And she nods and says, I don't think that they would get closer to that than this. I imagine it would be easier to climb there. We may even find supplies. There was a first aid station that had a serum generator. I don't know if it's still intact, but there might be some left.
That thudding, it's getting a little unsettling. It feels like it's louder here. I mean, I know we're closer. It's obviously louder, but it's like it's talking to us or something. It's freaky.
It's directly above us.
Yeah, I know, but it just unnerves me.
It should. If it malfunctions, scorching, acidic liquid could be spread across this entire space. And again, up above, thud that just rattles the whole structure.
Go ahead. I was just gonna do self. I was just gonna monk scared.
Okay.
Bullshit.
I look at Celia and say, is this where the explosion happened, or is that at the pump core?
Up above.
Above the pump core?
She nods. We should get going.
Okay. So, as I pass through, I'm not taking a lot of time on this, but I'm just curious, is this, like, Sagan would be interested, is this all just filtration stuff? Is there something else going on?
Make a crafting check.
Monk is just gonna write in his little notebook. The heroes of the Skullrunners go deeper into the fifth circle of Dante's Inferno hell that is this thumping.
This is 29.
With a 29, you are looking at a sophisticated chemical filtration system. Each one of these pools, water could be fed through and then kind of evaporated out to remove and add different impurities or minerals. And so this is certainly all being used for, or was being used for its intended purpose.
Mhm.
You don't see any signs of secondary industry or anything of that nature. Nothing that seems out of place for what it is intended to be.
Okay.
I have a quick question I'm assuming Celia is kind of like navigating here, right?
Yeah.
As
What I,
soon as-
what I will say though with that
yeah.
check is in the distance that platform where there is the relay access. Just beyond there, you can see there's like windows to this kind of chamber underneath where the bulkhead is.
Mhm.
And in there, there's a number of electrical relays. Some of them are powered, but some of them are not.
Mhm.
And you imagine as long as some of these remain inactive, that door up above will not open.
Okay. I would note that and communicate that to everybody and start heading over.
Do we need to fix that then? Fix the
Celia
relays?
would nod and just say, we just need to activate them and get them working for long enough to open the door.
So you think you can?
I'll give it a shot. So I'll go over there. Having worked for Gravitas, I've worked with heavy industry before. I'm being careful around active relays, but we'll see what I can do. So I'm guessing a crafting check.
So first, you cross these crisscrossing walkways across pools. Many of these are broken, but make a perception check.
Oh, okay. That's much less perceptive than I'd like. That is an 18 with Starfinder.
An 18 is just perceptive enough.
Okay.
In this space, through here in the window, you can see that 3 of these relays have gone dark. The rest seem to be working at least partially. You'll need to repair these 3 to get them working. One of them, you can see there's a suspended electrical cable hanging just short of 2 disconnected terminals. The one that the cable is coming from is currently inactive, and so connecting them probably is all you really need to do. One of these things is sitting about knee-deep in conductive runoff, and you can see electricity arcing around that one. That has more to do with the danger of the flooding immediately around it. And then you can see a capacitor array, not one of the actual relays themselves, but the capacitor array that connects all of these things has actually exploded. And so something will need to be done to either reroute the electrical feed, repair the array, something of that nature. But even more than all of that, up in the darkness of the ceiling, there is a blinking red light that does not belong. And as you really focus, you are looking at a camera that is looking back.
Oh.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Merrick!
So I point that out to everyone. I go, that's probably Merrick.
It's
could be-
better be Merrick and not literally anyone else.
Can I have my drone fly up to the camera and just like when it did the retail sales advertisement way back when, it flashes
Celia
note.
says hi or something. I don't know.
Yeah. CC says hi.
Okay.
What do you guys think are the chances that Faraday still has an active presence here?
And I say that as Nix
That's
does
why
that.
I didn't put Celia up. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yes, probably. I don't like it. I don't like any of this.
Monk says that and he looks up and he sees the drone fly above.
Mm-hmm. Just keep it in front of the camera. I don't want them to know what we're doing.
Seriously?
You don't know these people like I do. They'll do anything to just make things disappear.
Alright.
As they're having that conversation, can Theo ask Celia, is there anything you can say or do that can, if that is Merrick up there, to let him know that, like, I don't know, it's you, like, we're safe, I don't know, anything. Did you ever meet the guy even?
In passing, maybe. If he's hiding, he might be unwilling to come forward, but we don't really need him to. We just need to know where the information is.
But you said that he went into hiding because of this accident. Do you know by any chance if it was because, I don't know, bleeding heart situation, he felt horrible about it?
I think they're trying to kill him.
We're not trying to kill you.
Theo will ask you to have Fix flash that message and say, "We're here to help. We know they're after you," or something like that.
I don't think that's a good idea. Is all
What
the
about
second
just
will
a we're here to help?
Because you think that Faradine like still has
They
an active
have
presence
access?
like in this.
That's what Monk thinks as well.
Yeah, you can see like I'm like my hands aren't shaking, but I'm just like tense. Like I'm limping a little bit more. I've actually taken out my cane to like.
Okay,
get
so then
across
I'll
things.
just flash a massive smiley face that's blocking the entire screen of the camera.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you obscure the camera. While you're doing that, Sagan, you kind of come up to this access door. As you approach, you can see that there's a place to just kind of put your hand on and it should open. Are you doing so?
I'm going to, so with my cane, I'm going to like just kind of poke around, try to make a connection between a couple different points of metal, just make sure that nothing is hot before I try anything.
You kind of move your cane closer to the metal, and it's a good thing that you did. As you get close to that button, there is a spark that jumps from the button to your cane. You imagine that short in the water probably is electrifying the door and that panel as well.
So the short in the water is behind the panel. Okay.
So if, like, say my drone were, I mean, it's blocking the camera now, but I could fly over and get to the panel?
You could fly the drone straight through the window, shattering the glass, and then over the water.
Just find the breaker
Okay,
panel, turn it
so
on.
can I...
The windows, because of the bars, would be too small for any of you to get through, but yeah, the drone.
So
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna swap places with my drone so my drone can do that, and then you just see like my massive Joker face in the
Make
camera.
an acrobatics check. This is up on the ceiling, and so you can get from there. You can climb the cables and stuff fairly easily, but you have to hang off the ceiling to kind of block the camera.
You got this, girl.
So
Believe in you.
as an hour passed since we were
It has. You guys took a rest.
okay,
Yeah.
so +2 nanite surge.
Nice.
Okay, so that is 2 + 2 is 4 + 11 is 15.
So you climb the space like monkey bars. You crawl across these various elements. Thank you. Yeah, we have we just. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to reconnect the microphones. Neither here nor there.
This might have bad juju.
As you all watch Nyx make their way hand over hand across this space, you get right in front of this camera. And this camera looks very odd. It is like a security camera almost, but it has, at first you think it's just wires, but as you get face to face with it, it pops up on legs like a spider. And that startles you, and you let go. And as you begin to plummet close to like 60 feet down to the floor, because it is close to coming down,
No!
this is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh
Is
my
the
God.
drone on its way over to the panel?
Yeah, the drone's like back on its way over to the panel, so this is just a free fall in this moment. We are going to stop playing for the evening, and we'll pick up in 3 weeks.
Oh
Woof.
my gosh.
To see what happens.
They'll just be
next.
suspended in animation for 3 weeks.
But thank you for joining us for this session of Skullrunners. We will be back in a couple of weeks. Please stay safe while we're gone. See you then.
Go Reapers!